скажешь, ладно?
Ладно.
Alright, hello everyone.
Погнали.
такое люблю.
GTAшечка 3.
Hello.
И Бен, Кейзи Фрю.
Thank you. I haven't even done anything.
8 год. Немножко 2D-шный.
Yeah, so welcome to Grand Theft Auto 3 Toughened mod. I'll
Жестко.
get a little
Собрались.
into what Toughened involves very soon. But first, we'll introduce ourselves. My name is English Ben. To my right,
KZ
Fru.
KZ. I like that.
All caps, baby.
Let's go!
USA. USA.
No, it's ESA, dude.
ESA. Yes, fine.
You
Whatever.
can't be saying that. Can't be saying those horrific chants in Europe.
GTA 3 Toughened.
And we also have in his
В прямом
home.
смысле усложненная GTA 3.
Yeah. So, to those who don't know, God was one of the two developers of this mod back like 100 years ago.
Разработчик этого мода, 8 года,
as
тот,
well.
который сидит справа.
So
Типа.
we got the perfect
Very
blend.
professional commentary.
Exactly. Yeah. Where God said that we were talking about a strat that I recently discovered, like a secret in the mod, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot we even did that." So, great. We'll see. Awesome. So, quick rundown before we start, because we have quite a generous estimate, so we don't need to get going just yet. This mod is made for speedrunners, by speedrunners, for speedrunners.
Этот мод существует как от спидранеров для спидранеров.
Anything that you could usually use in original GTA 3 to sort
По
of
сути, это
abuse and make
оригинальная
things easier
any%
is
route
So,
времен 2016-2017 года.
you have to sort of
И
redo everything from scratch. You have to do
все
everything
миссии,
the
что есть в
manual
этом
way.
моде,
There's
они
no way to
полностью
abuse
усложнены.
missions. That isn't
С
technically true,
некоторыми
because there's new ways to abuse missions.
странностями,
But yeah.
я бы даже
And
сказал.
also, it removes a lot of the, like, it sort of strips down the game to make it more difficult. So
И
a lot
также
of the
убирает
missions have
некоторые
traps.
игровые
A lot of the missions
механики
have changed
и гличи.
mechanics to make them either more difficult, more health, harder weapons, etc. Or they have like generic changes. So for example, like all of the health pickups and armor pickups in the game are mostly removed. There's only a couple. And all the guns
Пикапы,
that you can
брони,
pick up to make things
здоровье
easier are
полностью
also
убраны
mostly gone as
с
well.
карты.
So this is very difficult. The current goal is to not have to load a safety save. I do have many safety saves, but this mod is specifically developed to be as brutal as possible.
И этот
Some
мод,
missions
по
are
сути,
pretty
является
much
очень
impossible
брутальным
unless you
для
sort of look
незнающих
into the
людей.
code and see how they work, or get told how they work by somebody else. So hopefully everything will go well, but just as I say, a bit of pre-warning, there's a good chance it won't.
That's content.
There is only so much skill you can have with this mod, but yeah, we'll try and make it a fun experience for you all. So with that being said, you want to hit the button for me?
Ooh.
You ready?
I'm the button master. Yeah.
All right, Adgard, you ready to go?
Sure am.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Погнали. Во-первых, мы спавнимся на другой стороне взорванного моста. За место Курумы у нас Бенши. И нам предлагают поехать по вот этим заборам поставленным. Но на самом деле совсем недавно Ибен нашел вот это место.
You can see those little bridges there, like the little gates.
Право.
They're terrible. Yeah. Luckily,
И здесь есть коллизия.
put a nice little,
Это то, что оставил разработчик мода для проверок. Это было найдено совсем недавно, наверное, за неделю до того, как Ибен поехал на ЕС. Это уже первое отличие от первых секунд. Здесь пока что все идет обычно. Заехать до сейфхауса, забрать одежду, поехать в лыжи.
What did he find? And then I saw it and I was like, wait, we put that in the mod?
Yeah, developers have no idea it exists, so yeah. My strat now, yoink. So, as you saw, so one of the things that are stripped out of
Можно на полной скорости въехать в маркер и нажать Escape, чтобы застопорить машину. Первая убранная механика в этом моде — это изменение камеры на вид сверху. В оригинальной игре это позволяет диспавнить трафик. Здесь такого нету. Также нету реплеев, поэтому всяких мемов с реплеями тоже не будет.
So we're not going to use that.
Did we remove the reverse camera?
So the reverse camera is just, it's not like a camera angle, it's just something that you press, but you can look behind, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can look behind.
I didn't remember if we removed that or not.
Yeah, so there's still this as well, yeah, which we'll use later on. But yeah, so first mission, first like official mission, I guess. So It starts off with
Здесь
quite
небольшое
minor
изменение.
changes in
Как
terms of
только
the
вы
difficulty. So the only
подъезжаете
difference here is
к
that we pick up Misty in
госпиталю,
our car,
Мисти сразу
and she
бежит
runs
за
immediately
вами.
towards us. That doesn't seem
Это
sort of
уловка для
consequential,
спидранеров, чтобы они
but if
случайно
we
ее
were
не
to
задавили.
go and pick her up like we usually would, aka parking right next to her, she'd run into you, commit insurance fraud, and die. So you would fail the mission instantly, and yeah. So that's the kind of stuff that you've got to look out for in Toughened mod.
Dude, nice. Yeah,
Dude,
this
nice.
is 2014 for
Exactly,
sure.
yeah.
Прохождение
Yeah, so
миссии
far this
заменено
looks
на
easier.
Yeah, some
Dude
of the memes are a
Nice.
little dated.
Yeah.
It's super dated.
Yeah, there's lots of William Shatner references.
Важно
which,
подобрать эту
nobody's
биту.
mentioned in GTA
В 90%
for about
ее
10
не
years,
подбирают,
but
но если не
Yeah,
подобрать
the
биту,
boomers
миссия
will
сразу
appreciate this
проваливается.
one. Yeah. So the next mission is don't spank my bitch up. It's also do apologize. Don't spank my whoop up. And so there's a couple of changes in this one. So we're gonna go and kill this guy with a bat. So usually you don't have to
Здесь
pick up
важно
the bat.
не
In this one you
задавить
do,
девочек.
otherwise you fail the mission.
Как только вы
Also,
убиваете этого
when you kill
чувака,
him, your
ваша
car
машина
sets on
горит.
fire.
Нужно ее
And if
аккуратно
any of
отвести.
these
И так,
lovely
чтобы
ladies
оно не
die
взорвало
as part
девочек.
of the explosion, you also fail the mission. So there's quite a lot of changes there that are really important to, sort of keep an eye out on. And then this is the standard pay and spray tutorial. So the way pay and spray works in this game is that you have the police attention that you can see by the stars on the top right. I'm pointing towards my monitor, like you can't see that.
I
top
can.
right, yeah, Mr. Fruit up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you're too much of a hooligan in Liberty City, then the police won't be very happy with you, and they'll come and try and give you a slap on the wrist. But if you go in here and you respray your car,
Нужно
and
перекрасить машину.
changes colors, they charge you a bit of money.
Здесь же
You can
отличие от
lose your
оригинальной
life.
игры. После
So,
того, как
we've resprayed this car.
вы перекрасили
Usually,
машину,
it wouldn't
нельзя
matter what
ее
you do to
сейчас
it
дамажить,
afterwards, but I
иначе
need to be
опять же
very careful
провал
because
миссии.
in Toughened, if you even put a dent in the car and then deliver it to the garage, you'll fail.
Yeah.
So you need to be very careful. And this garage right at the end is very small. They do not.
И надо очень аккуратно
they
заезжать
do
в
not
гараж,
give
потому
you
что
enough
на самом деле
room
он
to
очень
put like a
маленький,
step ladder and a workbench
и
and stuff
вообще
in there.
любая царапина автоматически
Not
проваливает
like the good
миссию.
old days. So I've got to be very careful to tease it. Boom. Easy.
Wow, unbelievable.
Dude, nice.
First time I've seen
I would
Englishman
like
drive
to
a
point
car.
out that these changes are basically just taking the cutscenes and the missions, what they already tell you in the base game, literally, making you have to do it.
Здесь есть небольшое изменение от оригинальной игры.
Here we're gonna go
Полицейские машины имеют, по-моему, 10% или 20% шанс быть закрытыми, но в этом моде они всегда открыты. Это такая небольшая поблажка от разработчиков. Зайдя в эти две полицейские машины, получаем 10 патронов для дробовика. Да, на следующую миссию обычно берут полицейскую машину в Any% рауте, но в этом моде нельзя, потому что иначе миссия провалится. Поскольку нам нужно подобрать Мисти, игра увидит, что вы в полицейской машине, и такие, не-не-не, я в это не полезу. Здесь есть небольшое интересное изменение. Едем за Мисти, подбираем ее из квартиры.
Has that chance, so it's always unlocked. So we can grab all these cars. Yeah, exactly. Speedrun friendly. Yeah.
Здесь мы даем задний ход.
Do a little reverse here, and we're going to.
Появляется бывший Мисти на танке. И едем в другую сторону. Танк спавнится либо на той стороне улицы, либо на этой стороне улицы. Поэтому вы просто сдаете назад и едете вперед.
You instantly die. So there are already insta-kill mechanics in the third mission of the game. If that doesn't tell you how Toughened works, then I don't know what will.
I feel like dodging him's pretty easy. Like he's probably harmless at this point.
Probably harmless. Yes.
I'm kind of sad we didn't code in that if you went the one way and then the other way, that the other tank also spawns. We forgot to put that in.
Yeah, just put 2 tanks in there. Why not? Just put 3 in, 4. Who cares? Just go for it. So, this is
My Clips Last Launch.
One of the only instances of a strat that I'm fully aware of that's possible in vanilla.
Здесь усложнение. На этой миссии заскриптован дождь, а дождь в этой игре усложняет управление машинами. Также за место времени в 5 минут вам дают где-то 2:45. Поэтому вы очень впритык по времени.
And in original GTA 3, there's a strategy where you can grab the slow car, which we're about to go up in a second, and throw it off a cliff, basically, down to the bomb shop where we need to go, this car here, and you can land it, and then obviously it's a shortcut, so you don't have to go around to sort of traverse the hill. Doing that in rain is technically possible,
Вы не
but
здесь есть
extremely difficult and not worth doing
страта
in real-time attempts.
ехать вот с этого обрыва прямиком в магазин бомб, где надо заминировать эту машину. Но разработчики там поставили очень много взрывных бочек, и также делать это в дождь не очень круто. Также абсолютно нельзя врезаться. Это не провалит миссию, но игра заставит вас ехать в перекраску, а у вас на это времени попусту нет. Если вы во что-то врезались, это сразу рестарт миссии.
About the damaging of the car, in the normal game, the car actually has a property that makes it less likely to damage, but we also removed that, so if you run over a pedestrian here, it's most likely to get damage as well.
Yeah, exactly. So any sort of, even a little scrape is GG. So...
Yeah. And in the normal speedrun, you would use this car to run over a guy to get a pistol, or at least back in the day you used to.
Yeah.
So that's how we wanted to avoid that.
Yeah, so if you try and be fast now, it doesn't work. So we will get a pistol from a different mission.
Нет, Applejack, это все-таки мод для спидранеров, потому что здесь не все миссии усложнены. Здесь только миссии, которые идут в any percent route. Здесь нет миссий телефонов, опциональных миссий, всего такого. Аккуратно, очень аккуратно паркуем машину, минируем бомбу. Здесь есть фейковая катсцена того, что что-то ничего не происходит, просто залезть в машину, активируй бомбу еще раз. Но если просто в нее залезть, то машина взорвется, поэтому просто отъезжаем.
And the mission just passes as usual.
I know, like, nothing's happened because he hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I wonder if we should have... I wonder if we should have added another second fake cutscene after the first one, so that on the first one you're obviously, okay, it's a trap. On the second one, wait a minute, is it a trap?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, dude, nice.
Dude, nice.
Dude. No, I'm not finishing that.
Так, что у нас там следующее по списку?
Dude.
My dude.
Farewell, Chunky Lichong.
So, next up is Farewell, Chunky Lichong. It's a very quick mission in
на самом деле очень
regular sort of, vanilla game. And it's also a very quick one in this, but we're going to use a different mechanic. So the differences for this mission is that you're going to go and just kill a guy who's in a noodle stand, but as soon as you sort of get near where you would usually shoot him in vanilla, he runs away from you. And he also has significantly more health.
В any% здесь вы просто берете пистолет и стреляете в толстого парня в руку, чтобы дать ему крит. Это отрывает ему руку, и миссия сразу проходится. Но здесь он триггерится издалека, и у него намного больше здоровья, поэтому нужно использовать немножко инновационную вещь. Нужно взорвать его машину, пока он в нее садится. И это автоматически его убьет. Следующая миссия Ван Хайст просто разрывает голову, если вы казуал. В any% раунде вы берете машину и взрываете ее рядом с инкассаторским фургоном для того, чтобы водитель из нее вышел. Здесь же это не работает. Вы просто провалите миссию тем, что инкассаторский фургон взорвется. И вот что нужно сделать для того, чтобы достать водителя из этой машины. За этой мастерской стоит ночная папочка, которую нужно подобрать. Она никак не помечена на карте, у нее нет никаких маркеров.
You've just got to magically see her and be like, she's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's terrible.
И нужно подъехать к инкассаторскому фургону. Данная дама выходит из машины, и водитель тоже выходит из машины. И это то, как вы проходите эту миссию. Это просто разрыв мозга для казуалов, которые пытаются играть в этот мод, потому что нет никакого объяснения, как это делается.
Really?
Otherwise we would have released it like that.
Okay, so how did you do it the intended way? Because obviously,
I mean, it took multiple cars, but eventually, if you ram into it enough, you can damage it enough.
But if you damage it, it just sets on fire. That's why you can't do it this way.
Well,
I've tested everything.
It doesn't always catch on fire, but it's very close that if you damage it enough, It has like 10% health until it sets on fire, so you have to be very lucky.
Oh, okay. You have to be lucky.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Judges, I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oasis.
No, don't worry, guys. We released it in a really non-broken state. It just requires luck to beat the game. Okay.
Now, in hindsight, probably we should have made it a little more doable.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like a classic
Шофер
secret that you'll see everywhere.
Киприане.
But to point out my partner who was coding all this stuff, Linator, he obviously couldn't beat it.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, let's put in a secret. And he put that lady in.
Yeah.
Нет, Inhale, это просто очень замороченный мод. Понятное дело, что раннер знает, как ее проходить.
So before I go and explain it all, can you read one donation for us, Mr. Robo?
Of course. Peaches has donated $110.
А здесь нам нужно подвести нашего дружка Тони.
And who has commented...
Забрать дань.
Great stuff.
Что же это за банда?
Shout out Peaches.
Триады.
Haven't seen him in a while. Absolutely okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Но он принес биту на огнестрельный файт.
Tony just gets shot like 6
Поэтому его
times
просто
right here, but
расстреливают.
he's good, he's fine.
Ну, каким-то образом выживает.
But there's a slight difference. So the triads have invented
Триады изобрели машину клонирования, которая очень подозрительно похожа на автобус.
So yeah, we do actually have to destroy this. We can't just
Здесь
go
мы
to our
отъедем чуть
destination.
подальше для
So
того,
what I
чтобы
do
все
is
триады
I
вошли
drive
в
a
ряд,
little bit away to sort
и
of
можно
like
было
get
их
the guys
легко
out,
задавить.
and then I turn around, run
Страйк,
them all down,
и
like
нужно
this.
подорвать
And then
автобус.
as they're spawning, this gives
Для
you
того,
more of sort of a
чтобы
chance. Because
триады
you can see
перестали
here, these guys
спавниться.
take a lot of damage, and they can shoot you very quick.
Wow, this thing has a lot of health.
Yeah, it does.
Blown up on.
And I am getting stun locked very hard.
Здесь
here.
также
There we
очень
go.
важно подобрать пистолет.
Collateral
All good,
there,
yeah.
very good.
So, and we specifically grab a pistol here. Again, as I said, I'll go into more detail as to why we need that pistol. It's a very silly
По-моему,
reason.
она пригодится
And,
нам
I'm
на
curious as
следующей
well. The
миссии.
reason we got
Да,
I've got
на
on here is
следующей.
so I can ask him a couple of live questions as to the why does the mod do this thing that it does. So until then, we're just driving on to the end of the mission, and we'll be on.
Поедем,
Right?
отвезем нашего
So
дружка Тони.
that is one that can go. You know, Portland is fairly consistent. That's one of the missions that can go a bit funky. And one thing that they did do that's very nice. Hello, Mr. Officer. Usually you can't hit this marker if you have a wanted level because it says shake the police before you go there.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know if I can sort of give more of an explanation. They removed that annoying part of this mission, so you can just finish
I'm pretty sure we removed that intentionally because of the bus and the many people that you have to kill. The chances of you getting 2 or 3 wanted levels is very high.
Yeah, that
and
makes
you
sense.
removed most of the bribes.
Yeah. So this mission is one that is extremely difficult if you don't know.
Здесь опять же очень ловкая миссия для казуалов. Казуально в этой игре вы должны подобрать гранаты и уничтожить 4 грузовика с триадов. В этом же моде они очень быстрые, они нигде не останавливаются, и они неуязвимы к пулям УЗИ. Но, если приехать к дому Мисти, игра скажет, что у Мисти может быть много грязного белья дома. Все грузовики приезжают сюда. И здесь есть взрывная бочка, которую, кстати, можно взорвать только пистолетом. Поэтому нужно именно подобрать пистолет, а не УЗИ в прошлой миссии.
That might be a bug, but I mean, Linator did the scripting for the barrel, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, exactly. So just to sort of confirm, in case I don't think we said it, I think we were talking about it before we started commentating, but not after. So I did a lot of the sort of, I guess, like, you know, gameplay testing and like ideas.
Yeah.
But he didn't do any of the coding, so potential bugs are not something that I can yell at him too much about.
And I assume this is completely unintended because it makes no sense to enforce a pistol.
Нужно подобрать чемоданчик позади
you can buy an Uzi from ammunition, but they
место,
deliberately
где
made it very
витают
cheaply
триады.
so that you can only buy it after their mission, so you can't use it for the previous one.
Заезжаем в
But I can use it
Ammunition,
for this
нам
one.
нужно купить
So
себе
I'm going to
немножко
purchase
УЗИ.
2 Uzis. It's more than enough to get me through Portland. So there we go. And that'll do us hopefully for the rest. Of course, if I die, that will change deaths and sort of getting. Can you?
Oh, we have a fight.
Hello.
Look at that.
Hey,
1v1.
yeah,
Let's go,
alright,
lady.
Let's go. Let's go. I got.
Oh.
Well, then.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Oh,
Girl power.
destroyed.
Girl power. Yeah. Girl power.
We stand our queens.
Down the patriarchy. Let's go. We stand our queens indeed.
Большой бой, за которого нельзя
so this
сесть в
mission
машину.
is fairly chill. I do have a not super high health, so I will concentrate a little bit here. Robo, you are more than welcome to read a donation in the meantime.
Great.
Здесь изменения от оригинальной игры, ничего интересного. Вот этот грузовик на самом деле здесь не должен стоять, но его здесь поставили для укрытия. Поскольку все эти триады за место пистолетов и бит носят УЗИ, и также у них больше хп. Но с УЗИ эта миссия становится более-менее простой.
Like someone had appropriated my name.
No. That's in the comments.
Yeah.
Says I love the chance.
Убиваем всех помеченных триадов и уходим.
Love y'all.
It's Z, not Z. Because it's not the letter Z.
Также напоминаю, что в этом моде абсолютно убраны все пикапы здоровья и брони, но в этой миссии также дают небольшую поблажку. Здесь есть пикап ХП в ресторане Тони, чем, скорее всего, сейчас и воспользуется Бен.
Talk about the game. That's what you're here for. I don't want to hear some, some rebranding of yours. Oh, look, my name's this. I don't care, man.
Следующая миссия составляет Call the Meeting. Сокращение скам. Здесь есть тоже небольшой интересный скип, конкретно сделанный для этого мода. В этой миссии вы должны подобрать лимузин и подобрать 3 разных чувачков отвезти к Сальваторе. Но здесь есть немножко интересности. Во-первых, за место лимузина вам дадут Perennial, одну из самых медленных 4-дверных машин в игре. И также судя по субтитрам, каждый персонаж перед тем, как сегодня поехать, плотно поел, из-за чего машина становится очень тяжелой. Этот скрипт используется из миссии, которая есть в оригинальной игре Bullion Run, где вам нужно подбирать платину. Да, цифры слева — это координаты, это просто остаток от дебага игры. Это ни на что не влияет на самом деле. Поэтому можете не обращать внимания. А тогда это координаты. Так вот, каждый раз, когда вы поднимаете пикап платины, машина становится немножко тяжелее. И в этой миссии это не очень вы бы хотели это, потому что здесь нужно подниматься в гору, и это и так очень трудно на этой машине. А с утяжеленной машиной еще труднее. Поэтому, перед тем, как заехать в маркер, нужно нажать Shift, F и Shift F, по-моему, еще раз F. Вы зашли в касцену, но вы не в машине. Луиджи садится в машину, и, как видите, на вашей позиции спавнится 2 пикапа платины, но так как вы не в машине, вы их не подберете, из-за чего машина не утяжеляется. И так сделать можно 2 раза.
So sort of at the end of this mission, if you had all of the platinum, how slow you go, and you have to traverse this hill all the way up to the top. It is almost impossible. It's such luck-based, because if you get a cop, even on foot, he can run after you and arrest you. So one more trap before we go to Tony. This particular
Здесь есть бездомный человек с огнеметом. Его нужно сбить, потому что в этой касцене, которая сейчас будет, он подбегает к Тони и сжигает его, и это провал миссии. И опять же, это просто сделано ради ничего, поэтому нужно его обязательно убить.
But yeah, we do the same thing here, and immediately we're going to do some real man mode strats here. We're going to run away. Because all of the vans are going to come and destroy us. So the plan is, run away. Let them sort of, collide.
Здесь нужно отбежать, убить водителей грузовиков, которые вас преследуют.
And this sort of acts as quite a nice.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Это было близко.
Can you stay over there? Oh! It's fine, guys. Trust me, I've done it.
Brutально, брутально.
Oh, what is going on? Oh god, this is...
Okay.
Он труп. Одно хп.
Okay, regroup. Whoa.
We're fine. Dodge.
О, нет.
Okay. That's fine.
Не повезло. Не повезло.
Get wrecked.
That was...
I'm clapping for the triad.
Yeah. So...
Это тебе кажется, Applejack, что это веселые моменты. Этот бот и так брутальный. Здесь незачем его делать еще сложнее.
Oh, yes, also,
А, да,
so if you,
также
if this
каждый
game
раз,
wasn't
когда вы
punishing enough,
умираете, у вас
every
перманентно
time you
отбирают
die, you
1
lose
хп.
max HP
Поэтому теперь
as well.
максимум
So we
99.
might as well pick up this platinum. Usually we'll pick it up later to sort of get it out the way, because it stays even after the mission is complete.
Okay, yeah.
We'll
Здесь
pick it
можно
up
просто
now, because we'll
подобрать
have to pick
платину,
it up
чтобы оно
again,
не
since
мешалось.
we're doing the mission again. Yeah, so we'll
So since
continue
you're
on.
redoing the whole thing,
Yep.
the platinum thing was obviously just a workaround.
Да, до конца игры у вас
I had the
больше нет
idea of
1
making the
хп.
car really heavy, trying to get up the hill.
Yep.
But there was nothing in the code, I think, where you could do it except for the bullion, and yeah, we didn't account obviously for the cutscenes that you could just exit the vehicle.
Yep.
Регенит,
So
но не
I'll
до
quickly
сотки
grab the
после
2
смерти.
oozes again, just to make
Каждая
sure
смерть
we have enough,
перманентно
weapons.
отбирает 1 хп
And then we will go
от
on our merry way.
максимального.
Robo, you are more
А не
welcome
просто
to
спавнит с
donate while we take a
99, и его
drive of
можно
shame
пополнить.
back to our, where we
Вообще
just
нельзя
were.
пополнить.
You've got a little while.
Ночные бабочки, по-моему, тоже не
Well,
работают.
if you can hear me over KZ's laughter. Andre back, thank you very much for the $20. I hope you have a tubular run, Ben.
Thank you.
Here's to the amazing cause. Aquas has donated $10. Just says, dude, nice.
Dude, nice.
Derash has donated $5 and says, let's do what we can to stop that Alzheimer's disease that's hurting our families throughout the world. Also, we need to have more super cops in GTA 3 just to keep the game more fun than it is. This one is from the KZ crew.
So just to sort of explain that, Super Cops is a glitch in this game where you can be sort of arrested from anywhere, where a cop can just teleport to your car and throw you out and arrest you. It's a classic one in the community that everyone is sort of
А дневных в этой игре
always
еще не
looking out for,
придумали.
right?
Naturally.
Yeah. So you're welcome to continue. We are zooming on.
Yeah, sure, I've got
on
two more
our merry way.
donations.
Yep.
Mackenzie, thank you very much for the $10. The comment reads, beat Van Heist. You won't.
Yeah, go on, you won't. I dare you. Thank you, Mackenzie.
And finally, Harley Pan has donated $10 saying, some of the nicest dudes in GTA. Watch out for your former lovers in tanks.
Who's she talking about? Not us, right?
Not us, no. Okay,
no.
so I forgot that there was more platinum here, so I don't want to grab it. So I'm just sort of edging on the marker really quick. Don't mind me. Is that good?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
a little out of
We'll
range.
push it in. Sorry. All right, new plan. Get out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Your car's gonna become
К
real
сожалению,
heavy,
здесь
sir.
осталась платина от прошлой
There you
попытки,
go.
поэтому мы
You can
просто
have it
подберем
back now.
с помощью другой машины.
And now we'll push it back in. I've never had to redo this before, so new every single time.
Оригинал VAR 5930, по-моему. От Анти.
Yeah, so as I was saying, the sort of booleans, they stay no matter what. So, we only want to sort of get our car heavy when we're about to ditch the vehicle. So we'll come and pick those up later on when we're about to switch vehicles right at the end of Portland. So it's all planned. Don't worry about it.
No, I believe in.
Yeah.
And I believe you.
I'm good. I'm so happy that you believe in me because you might be the only one at this point.
Hey, I mean,
we'll
He doesn't know what's coming yet, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know most of this mod. Like I spoiled the Van Heist thing for myself because I'm impatient.
Oh, who put that ambulance there when I'm trying to run over this?
Jeez.
What
We?
inconsiderate.
Oh yeah, where even is she?
This just seems to be a random ped, but it's definitely them.
Okay.
I hope so. Anyway.
Is it a different model every time?
I
Should be an old lady, I don't know.
Let's find out.
She's gonna appear out of the
Yeah,
abyss,
just
maybe.
spawn out of thin air. Yeah. Let's hope the old lady doesn't kill Tony. Okay, good.
Okay.
Usually it pans to a different camera angle.
I see.
That's-
All right.
This ambulance might help, or it might hinder us.
I don't know.
It might help block some of the trucks. It might also run me over.
Yeah, you might.
It's definitely a
Might be a
catch-22.
ricochet,
Let's
yeah.
run away again.
Yeah, just do that. Fine.
Okay, that is exactly what I wanted. So it
Ooh.
knocked it out of the booleans immediately, which didn't happen the first time. And now we can sort of just make our getaway. This is ideal. Oh, maybe not too ideal. Hello, sir. There we go. Oh god, I'm taking a lot of damage. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little detour. And the simple reason is that usually I would go up the street straight to where our destination
Если
should
бы
be.
здесь
However,
была машина полностью утяжелена, то ехать по склону вверх было бы вообще нереально. Нужно было бы молиться на то, что машины триадов будут вас толкать сзади.
Because there is another trap at Salvatore's place. It exists in the original game where a few more guys will shoot you. So instead, I'm just going to sort of take a detour just to be extra safe here. That I usually wouldn't do in attempts, but you know, obviously, I wouldn't continue with a death.
I did think about adding extra traps there on the drive around that you did, but I already thought the mission is hard enough.
Yeah, that is one of the hardest missions in this. So let's go. We're through it.
И на этом одна из самых сложных миссий этого мода пройдена.
We've already got
Дальше у нас Шаперони.
Let's go.
He did the thing! He did the thing!
I did the thing.
Так, какие же у нас тут отличия?
So.
Oh yeah, there's more dated memes in this.
Yes. So Chaperone. The first thing to note is that usually you would go and see Chico, who's like a drug dealer on the west side. He's the green marker. And then there is the pink marker, which is the party that we're taking Maria to. If you go and see Chico, he just killed you. So
в оригинальной игре Мария, которую сейчас видите в лимузине, просится отвезти к ее торговцу Чико, а потом отвезти на вечеринку в доке. В этом моде не нужно вести ее к Чико, потому что Чико просто ее убьет. Нужно сразу ехать на вечеринку в доках.
Where it showed the SWAT 4, like put your hands on your knees and all the sort of voice lines.
Здесь есть очень дурацкая катсцена с рейпом, но, к счастью, ее можно скипнуть, просто нажав миссию, кнопку дополнительной миссии.
Yeah, the developer doesn't even know.
Oh, nice, okay.
If you press your submission key, which for me is caps lock, you can skip the cutscene.
Okay, alright.
8 years of listening to that.
Sweet, yeah.
So I'm just gonna mash.
И вот здесь была бы очень громкая катсцена.
That is not intended.
Oh, that's not intended.
Здесь можно задиспавнить
it should be intended because
или нет.
showing this off at a marathon would not be very good otherwise.
Ну ладно. В общем, здесь можно задиспавнить людей, стреляющих, просто держа камеру назад и ехав назад.
One thing I can quickly mention that sort of like general mechanics that were changed in Toughened is that it is far easier to get wanted attention from the police in terms of, you know, the crimes you commit and how much chaos it causes and how quickly the police want to, you know, get onto you and try and arrest you. And not only that, but it's also more difficult to lose that attention. So let's say, for example, like, I don't know the exact numbers, but let's say, for example, that it would take you 2 minutes to get rid of the police so they'd forget about you. That's not the case in this, so it might take, you know, 3 or 4 minutes. In this particular case where I have 3-star wanted level, it doesn't matter, they won't forget about me anyway because it's sort of mission. What is this guy doing?
Nice, very good,
I wanted to go through that blockade, oh my. Terrible. You know, I was doing so well until this point, and now that minor inconvenience.
Flawless run.
Exactly. Yeah, so as I was saying, and also when you pick up a bribe star, usually they respawn after 6 hours. Hello.
You're gonna get in the way of the okay.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, take that, officer.
That's one hell of a door you got there.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, usually you would be able to collect a bribe star, which gets rid of one of your wanted levels, and then from there it will respawn after 6 minutes real time or 6 hours in game. They just don't respawn in this. I don't know if they do after a certain amount of time, but it's so long that you can't use them again, realistically.
I'm pretty sure we removed the respawn completely.
Yeah, so they don't respawn at all. So, this mission is sort of what we call
cutting the
auto-spawner.
grass.
What that means is that as long as
Если
I'm
нужно
not in the
подобрать
right place at
такси,
the right time towards the end of the mission, nothing we do matters. We can, you know, just sort of do a bunch of things.
В этой миссии вы должны исследовать за парнем из клуба Луиджи на такси. Но это еще скрытая механика современной оригинальной игры. Можно самому приехать на такси, подобрать его и самому отвезти его в доках, что намного быстрее.
But what I am going to get, as you can see, is I've grabbed a taxi. The taxi is absolutely vital to this. There is a secret, sort of Easter egg, but it's not in Toughened mod. It's in the original game. And that you can take your own taxi to pick up Kelly Bob here. As you can see, he's waiting for a taxi. Got to be very careful to not pick up the platinum.
Oh, yeah.
Edge.
Очень аккуратно не подобрать платину.
And if all goes well,
миссии.
it could fail because I'm quite far away because of the platinum. But if all goes well, he should start walking to my taxi.
Отлично.
And you can actually pick him up and drive him. Oh, we got one of them. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. We can actually take him to the harbor ourselves. So as I say, that's like a secret mission mechanic. but it's completely intended. It even gives you an achievement in GTA 3 Definitive Edition. Did you know that?
Well, you know, I haven't thought about achievements since like 2007.
Yeah,
So,
fair enough.
frankly.
I was big into achievements on the Xbox 360, but not ever since.
Yeah.
Since I made the switch to PC.
После такой сцены мы в оригинальной игре узнаем, что Боб предатель, и нам нужно его задавить. В этом моде его не нужно давить, потому что оказывается, что он не предатель.
So instead of killing Kelly Bob, we actually just don't
Не
kill him,
нужно его
and then
давить
the
здесь.
mission will just pass if we just get certain distance away.
Is there like a fail condition if you do kill him?
Yeah, if you kill him, you fail.
Oh, nice.
Like,
okay.
It's important to point out
Yeah,
here,
миссия
there's a
будет
reason and you can
nice.
figure it out while playing.
Yeah.
In the cutscene,
Так, следующий у
nothing
нас
happens. He doesn't meet anyone.
Riots
Yeah.
and
He's
Tribulations.
innocent.
Yeah, so he isn't actually a rat, it turns out, you know.
Yes.
Toughened, yeah. So we're gonna grab this platinum here because we're gonna switch vehicles before this next mission.
Выбираем
Obviously,
здесь
Salvatore would be
платину,
mad if
чтобы
you
случайно
killed
не
this
подобрать
lawyer
позже,
guy.
потому что
Yeah,
мы все равно сейчас
exactly.
поменяем
Yeah,
машину.
for sure.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, a lot of them have perfectly valid reasons.
Not
And
only
then there's
does this
Van Heist.
not only does this mod have like the gall to change gameplay mechanics, also just rewriting the lore.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
scratch it out
Yeah.
in crayon, right on top of it. Very
Exactly.
good.
So this
The
next
ending
mission,
is different.
yeah, the ending is different.
Oh wow, you changed the ending.
So
Меняем
this
курву
mission has
на
another secret,
скорую
and you might have
помощь.
seen it when I started the mission. It says you need to keep your friends close. And your
Здесь
enemies
есть очень
closer.
здесь нужно
Obviously,
расстрелять
very
три
quite an
группы
obvious reference.
триадов.
And the way it works
И есть
in
очень
this
странная
is that the
механика
mission
того,
is exactly
что
the same in
чем
terms of
ближе
the
вы к
mechanics
триадам,
involved,
тем меньше у них
but there's an extra
здоровья.
one that these guys have an
Что сейчас раннер
unbelievable
и
amount of
будет
health when
на
they're
самом деле
far away from
абьюзить.
you. But when they're
Он
close,
будет
you can kill
использовать
them very quickly.
скорую помощь для того,
So
чтобы
I'll give you
взобраться
an
на нее
example.
и
If I were to shoot this guy from here,
стрелять с
it would take like
возвышенности
7
этой
clips
стены.
or something ridiculous. But if I shoot him once, cause him to run near me, then I can kill him pretty much instantly.
Стреляем его,
And
триггерим
that's
на
exactly
себя,
the
он
same.
подбегает
When you are
еще
near me, I
ближе,
do feel my knees
и
weak,
можно его
you
очень
know,
быстро
yeah.
убить. Главное убить
Like
главаря.
in a good
На
way?
двух
Or-
его
Yeah,
подручных,
like in a,
подручных
like in a, you know.
нам нет дела.
Casey Frew,
Yeah, I need a minute.
there are cameras, you know.
Yeah, I know.
People
I know.
are watching.
I know. I'm confessing my love to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So for this mechanic, I would like to point out that in the original speedrun at the time, people found an AK to try to snipe someone from the distance.
Yep.
So we put it in, and people would go to the first guy, use the AK until they're out of ammo.
Yeah, it
then don't
takes
know what to
2
do.
whole clips with the AK to kill that guy if you hit every single bullet. But otherwise, no chance.
С этими ребятами ничего
Also, Casey, I think
интересного.
we're better as friends. Sorry.
Oh. That
Yeah.
was-
Okay. Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Anyway, so this last guy, shoot him once. Hopefully he comes towards me. Sometimes they get distracted with the Yakuza guys, or Mafia guys even. There we go. 30 grand, didn't I?
Easy 30 grand.
Yep.
And this game just throws money at you.
Yeah, it does. Toughened gives you even more money. We'll talk about that later
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, you have plenty of money to spend on pretty much
There's a
everything you
good
want.
reason we increased the amount of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So this next mission is Blowfish. And as I mentioned, our health total
следующая
doesn't really
миссия
matter because we're
Blowfish.
going to death warp at the end of this.
Подорвать рыбу.
The end of the mission puts us in a place that's quite
Ну,
far
а здесь
away
нужно
from
отвезти
where we need to be. So it makes
грузовик
more
со
sense for this if
взрывчаткой
we, death warp
на
and we'll
завод
spawn
триадов, на
the
котором мы только что
hospital
убили
nearby,
первую
and then
группу
we can
парней.
drive the ambulance back. This mission is
Ну, опять же,
tricky.
уловка.
There is no sort of way to properly cheese this.
Грузовик будет
And essentially how it works is that you get into a
подожжен,
garbage truck, but it's already on fire.
поэтому
and
он
it
будет
immediately
постоянно
starts taking damage.
терять здоровье.
And we've got to drive it
И
across
также
the
у
map.
вас очень,
And the sort of time
очень
limit with
мало
how long it takes
времени
before it blows
для
up
того, чтобы
is so strict that if you crash
доехать
once,
до
it's
завода.
over.
Nice.
Like,
Поэтому
Awesome.
and obviously,
любая
since we
авария
can't use the top-down
равно
camera or anything
рестарт
to
миссии.
manipulate traffic, all we can really do is look behind us, which does, under certain circumstances, stop traffic from spawning in front of us, and just pray that we don't hit anything really. So this is a real clencher. So
Yeah, essentially we replaced the time counter that you normally have here with just a damage counter.
yeah, exactly. So as you can see, we're already like a fifth of the way to blowing up, which is not good. So right now, I've got enough speed that it should hopefully despawn. I did check just to make sure that taxi went, you know. Oh, okay.
I think we're
That
good.
that did not do a lot of damage.
Bit of
That
a
seemed like it
grazing,
worked, but
yeah.
I would have just gone back and restarted the mission if it had have done significant damage. And then there is a real clencher moment here, because the most efficient way to get through is, you know, the same as in the vanilla mod, because we're going to the same place. And there is a sort of cut through where we can sort of cut all these corners. And then
Ранее
there is one place
пытался
where when we cut to the
диспавнить
corner,
трафик
there is like I don't
путем
know how
того,
you
что он
describe it.
смотрел
Basically
назад,
here, there's like the billets
но это на
and
самом
the
деле редко
wall,
удается в этом моде.
and ooh, those hitboxes are bigger than
Yeah,
you think
they are quite large.
Аккуратно
exactly.
проезжаем эти столбики,
So
потому что на самом
the
деле их
fish factory is just
хитбокс
around the corner.
массивный.
And all that we need to do is rig the bomb and blow up this place. So, as you can see, we haven't got much time left before we detonate, so it is quite tricky, but thankfully that,
У нас не так очень
that
много
damage from getting T-boned by
времени.
that taxi did not push us over the edge.
Yeah,
Активируем бомбу,
more than enough.
ставим маркер,
So I'm
выходим.
gonna stand
Like
around
10
here.
seconds to spare.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna stand around here and take a bit of damage from the explosion. I took around 20. If I stood really close to take as much damage as possible, I would have died, because you take 83 maximum damage, or 82, I think. And then I'm just gonna run into the fire just to make sure there's that
Поджигаем
walking
себя,
back to the
чтобы
hospital.
сделать дезвор.
There was one thing that I was going to mention, and I think it was about the requirements in terms of, like, you know, looking behind. So the requirements for no more traffic to spawn in front of you is that you're looking behind you, so you're not looking for any more traffic to spawn. But also you have to be going a certain speed.
Yep.
And that certain speed is quite difficult to reach in a Trash Master, because that thing is not very fast. So you have to basically hit, like, max speed and then start praying, you know?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So next up is bomb the base. We can actually do the drop down to 8 Ball's place here. There is no explosive barrels, thankfully, and it's a much, you know, no rain. It is quite easy. Still easy to mess up, I suppose.
Бомб до бейс акт первый. Здесь нужно просто доехать до магазина с бомбами и закинуть им 100 тысяч, насколько я помню.
I remembered something. At the start, you mentioned things
Очень
that we
большой
removed,
донат.
like the camera, but I don't think you mentioned that we also removed
Берем Мафи
replays
Sentinel.
completely.
Oh, yeah, so that's a good
Здесь можно
Yeah,
сделать
of course.
дроп
If you've seen a
с обрыва,
GTA 3
который
run
можно было
recently
бы
and
сделать в
how
оригинальной
much
игре в
replays are used
миссии
to abuse the game,
My
in
Clips,
Vice,
но в этом моде они поставили
fourth
здесь
side.
взрывные бочки.
we already removed replays at the time, even though you couldn't do any of these glitches yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you could do bribery plays.
Начинаем
and
второй акт.
That was about it, right? But
Yeah,
it
but
was,
duping and whatnot was pretty much unheard of at the time.
Берем с собой
yeah,
дружка
so you know, in a way, we
8-балла
removing that vector of
и
abuse
едем в порт.
before we even really knew all the damage it could do.
В оригинальной
Exactly.
миссии здесь нужно
There's
взять
also a
снайперскую
bunch of other
винтовку
things,
и зачистить
a lot of people ask,
корабль
like, can you dupe and whatnot, so not
от
only are replays not in,
картеля,
but also
который там
all
тусует.
side content is stripped. So usually there's a hidden package
И
there, which is
8-бall будет
collectible in
аккуратно
the
идти
game.
вперед.
Those don't exist. Rampages don't exist.
Сложность этого мода в том, что 8-ball туда бежит сразу, поэтому у вас очень мало времени среагировать. Но есть небольшой трюк, при помощи которого можем замедлить 8-балла. Мы аккуратно его задавим и поставим машину поверх него, чтобы он не мог никуда идти.
It's in the
With every
credits.
rampage, every package, everything redone in a different
Давим
way
его,
so that you
ставим
could
машину.
experience it for the first time again.
И теперь можно
How did you
расстреливать всех
park
картельцев.
on him?
Okay, so the reason I parked on 8-ball was because the gimmick of this mission is that usually he waits until you sort of fire the first bullet, so you can sort of get, you know, your bearings. That's not the case in this. He just runs immediately. So if I just let him run, he would just run up to his death straight away. So I park on top of him in order to give myself a bit more time. He does eventually, you know, unstick himself like this. But it
does he
gives me,
do that?
I don't know. Maybe he like lifts up the, you know, this guy has like broken wrists too, so he shouldn't be able to do anything. But apparently he is able to lift up the car, and yeah.
Со временем игра все равно увидит, что 8-ball застрял, поэтому она перереспавнит его. Поэтому
I
сейчас он
guess
уже на
that's a
корабле.
vanilla unstuck command or something.
Ooh,
Yeah, like if
мы
people get
можем
stuck,
просто
eventually
уже
they'll sort
уезжать.
of respawn. Yeah. So we're just
But
gonna
yeah, as I was
wait.
gonna say, we planned to
go
do a 100% version, but doing this one took so long that we were not motivated to do it anymore, and then we just didn't do it.
Game
totally
crash.
reasonable. Oh,
Oh no, that's
И игра
unfortunate.
That's alright.
крашнулась.
We have saves, so don't worry about it. I'm not
Нехорошо.
gonna count that as a fail because that wasn't my fault.
I mean that's not. I
Exactly.
agree. I agree.
We will the game will close. Hello. Game.
Yo,
I'll allow it.
It's time to task manage.
Yeah, we're gonna manage that task.
There you go.
But yeah, I thought that crash happened. So that is a crash that's in the original game. And I thought the reason that happened was because if you look at the boat when the explosion happens,
Yeah, that does.
I deliberately looked away from it and the game still crashed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
that is the one that does happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
in OG, I've had that in attempts too.
Welcome to GTA 3.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do
there
you
you
do the strategy that deliberately gets rid of the crash and you still crash. So
Exactly.
so quickly bringing a save in here.
As long as we're on the same page that it's not the mod's fault.
Yeah, that is not the mod's fault.
Хорошо,
I
что
mean, it could be, but
у раннера есть
so,
много
that cutscene that we
безопасных
crashed
сейвов.
on, the mission would have passed. We would have driven back to Salvatore's place.
Допустим,
and we're
ничего
back
сейчас не
again.
произошло, и мы
So,
прошли миссию,
not
и
really
начинается
much of it. I
миссия
probably
Last
saved it,
Request.
actually, technically. Teleported a little bit.
В оригинальной игре вам нужно поехать забрать какой-то спорткар, который сам в Сальваторе, но на самом деле это машина-бомба, о чем вам говорит Мария. И Мария просит вас приехать на пирс, чтобы вы уехали с ней на лодке. Здесь же здесь все наоборот. Если вы поедете к Марии, взорвется Мария. Подъезжаем к машине, триггерим сообщение.
I went to go and pick up the platinum there, but it's not there anymore because obviously we loaded the save. But as you can see, so the car is actually the correct thing.
Нам нужно взять этот спорткар с Марией и поехать на другой пирс.
I think this is actually exclusive to Toughened. They created a new sort of harbor to the north of Portland. Can you confirm? I don't think this exists in the regular game, does it?
Is there an actual harbor? I think we just spawned a boat.
Well, it's sort of, yeah, maybe you just spawned a boat. Yeah, I guess it's just more of a, yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's no sort of jetty or anything. We just kind of launch ourselves. I guess we just jump off into the boat.
Sure, yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. And then we're just simply driving to the start of Staunton Island, which is sort of the second island in the game. Bit of time, so Robo, donations?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We have $5 from Nab Noob that just says uninstalled. We have $20 from a converted Flamethrower Granny fan that just says, ignore Catalina. Flamethrower Granny is now my best waifu.
Friendship ended with Catalina. Now Flamethrower Granny is my new best friend.
Indeed. Yep. And that's also gone to the San Andreas Definitive Upgrade. The Definitive Edition upgrade incentive for Josh tomorrow. Potato has donated $12.34 with the comment potato.
Thank you, Potato.
And finally,
Master Tom has donated
$25 saying, through on stream? Yes, please.
Насколько я помню, здесь нет никаких изменений в отличие от оригинальной игры.
Oh, no comment. No comment, no comment. So, this first mission is one of the only missions, but there are a few, that are actually faster in Toughened than it is in the original game. So, in the original game, as you saw, it said that Salvatore is going to leave the club at a certain hour. I think it was 5:30 it said, so 2 minutes from now. But the change that they made in Toughened is that as soon as you go to the club, he just comes out anyway. So you can use that to your advantage, because as long as you're prepared to take out
Сальваторе должен выйти из клуба в определенное какое-то время. Это зависит от того, когда вы начинаете миссию. Но в моде, как только подъезжаете к клубу, Сальваторе сразу выходит из клуба. Поэтому у вас есть меньше времени для подготовки засады для него.
Usually, in the original game, you're intended to sort of wait for him to come out of the club and then like snipe him from a rooftop or something like that. Like that's what GTA series videos would do. But instead, what you can do is if you run into the back, a bunch of mafia dudes will come out all at once, and if you kill them all, then Salvatore spawns out front and he tries to run into the back. But then he's running straight down an alleyway towards you, so you can just run him over and insta-kills him. So it's a nice little strategy. And as I say, we're going to get the armor because quite a few of these have shotguns. And as I will show you later on, the shotgun is arguably the second most broken weapon in this game. So shotguns do a lot of damage. So it's just to take a potential shotgun block.
Сразу нас замечают.
So I'll need to reload in a second.
Oh,
wait.
Yeah, exactly. They knock you down and can stun lock you, which is very annoying.
Yeah.
So kill him. Salvatore tries to run towards us, and we just run.
Сальваторе бежит на нас, и мы просто даем его.
Just tank the shot, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it seems silly, but I couldn't think of a faster way. Like,
в оригинальной игре мы бы сейчас сделали мегаджамп на второй остров, но так как реплей отключены, мы этого сделать не можем. Поэтому мы просто поедем на мост.
A couple of people have done runs of this. Obviously, originally it started off as like something fun to race when it first came out, and nobody really knew how to do it. There aren't that many people who have done proper speedruns of it, but Zoton, for example, who works on the production side of ESA, Zoton did a run, and I remember when I first started looking into strats for this, I sort of looked at, you know, Zoton's run and a couple of others that had done serious attempts, and just saw like what was the best strategies. And then I took a break for like 2 years, you know, did some different GTA runs and whatnot. And then the second time I realized that the mission code for all the games, for the entire mod, is public on GitHub. So we could actually look up what all the secrets are and, you know, create like an actual proper route for it.
Sure.
Rather than just kind of winging it and being like, you know, this strat might be possible, this strat might be possible, etc. So this mission is fairly simple, but there are a couple of changes. One of them is the position of the people. So it's sort of a simple kind of drive around and kill a few guys. The first set of dudes are in
За нашими друзьями из Якутии наблюдают какие-то ФБРовцы, поэтому нам нужно их убрать. И здесь есть парочка скрытых спавнов. В этом парке есть спавн противников, но мы паркуемся с другой стороны. Используем AK для того, чтобы убрать 2 секретных спавна. А, нет, наоборот, здесь поменены спавны. Вот эти 2 чувака должны были стоять на зеленом возвышении. Здесь они стоят за стойкой моста. Поэтому можно в них либо кинуть гранату, либо подъехать сзади. Этот фургон пули не пробиваем. Нужно его толкнуть для того, чтобы товарищи вышли из него. И просто расстрелять из машины. И здесь также есть секретный спавн, не помеченный на карте. Здесь есть товарищ, который прячется под этой лестницей. Взрываю его гранатой.
You don't pass because the guy under the stairs that they don't tell you exists isn't dead, so you've got to find him. So yeah, that is
and
quite
if you find him, you most likely die.
Exactly. Yeah, you usually find him because he kills you.
И лучше не попадаться на глаза вот этим ребятам, потому что у всех них есть М16. М16 в этой игре это эквивалент минигана в любой игре.
And the reason for that is, KZ Fruit, do you want to talk a bit about the M16?
Yeah, the M16 is probably the most OP weapon in the game. It fires once every frame, it does a lot of damage, and it's 100% accurate if you're not in first-person view.
Yeah.
On the PC edition, yeah. So, very good weapon for that reason. I assume that the M16 spawn that is like nearby, you know, like south Staun. Yeah, I guess that's not there? Or?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, so that is a very important place to get it then.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a funny coincidence that you mentioned that it has 100% accuracy.
Yes. Oh, we will get into that later, let me tell you.
Oh boy.
I have got so much pent-up rage from
Следующая миссия — это папарацци Порч. В оригинальной игре здесь можно использовать РПГ для того, чтобы подорвать лодку, но у нее ХП увеличено раза в 3, поэтому эта страта не работает.
Oh, later on we are
going to. So I guess your chat was always telling you get good or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the bad player.
И возьмем полицейскую лодку, в которой есть пулеметы. Скучно, на самом деле, миссия по сравнению с оригиналом. Но и не сильно усложненная.
We're sort of doing it fully intended, which is kind of sad because the fully intended way is quite boring. So what you have to do is there is a sort of speedster boat out here, and he's like a creep that we need to kill. He has an awful lot of health, as you can see. Like, we're shooting him with the police boat, like, turrets, and
Я не знаю, стоит ли дальше переводить ран, я смотрю просто, что пишут в чате, и я думаю, блин, что-то я не тем увлекаюсь.
And M16 the boat down. Now, if you try and do that in this, it doesn't do nearly enough damage. It does about half, so, you know, he has double health. What you can do is you can sort of, you know, drive around the way he triggers with the boat, and then, you know, sort of shoot him with like a sniper rifle and then M16 him down. And it's doable, but as you can see, we're also in quite thick fog. So it's really difficult because there's no sort of reference because you can't see anything besides water and a few of these little buoy things. So
Is that weather fixed for this mission?
It's fixed.
Yeah, okay. That's not an OG.
We do that in a lot of
Exactly.
missions where weather makes stuff harder. We intentionally set it to a certain cycle.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, like also the weather is against you.
Yeah. The elements.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
top of it.
For
So,
example,
yeah.
evidence stash at some point is gonna have some rain for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, evidence dash is a good meme, so we'll get into that pretty soon. We've only got a couple of missions left. But next up is
Лично я не играл,
Ray, which
но
is
видел
on
много
Watch
стримов
Mojo's list as one of the hardest missions of all time.
от GTA
Imagine me
комьюнити.
when this has an extra sort of. So what you have to do is you have to go and answer a lot of phones around the city.
Yeah.
And Toughened made it so you have to get one all the way south and then go all the way to the north of the map to answer an extra phone, and then go back to the south to keep answering phones again.
And you have the same amount of time.
You have the same amount of time, yeah, 3.5 minutes or so. So I'm gonna do a little teleport here.
Ooh, cheeky.
Don't worry too much about that. Yeah, cheeky. Essentially, all that is that because you sort of there's no enter and exit animations for boats. What they did was they made it so if you're near a boat and
Следующая
you're near a
миссия
jetty
это Payday
and
for
you
Ray.
step into the water, you just teleport to shore. So that's like sort of a hidden mechanic.
Это миссия,
That's in
по
the
которой вы
original
просто
game.
ездите
That's
по
not
городу и
Toughened
собираете
extra
телефоны,
thing.
потому
Keep that
что
closer,
So
I
yeah,
guess.
this
чувак,
mission is
который
where
вам
you
звонит,
find out
очень
if
сильно
you're
конспирируется.
driving and dodging traffic, basically.
Exactly.
Вам
Unfortunately, I'm not good
дается
at driving, so I'll
тайм-лимит
do my best.
в 3,5 минуты.
Yeah,
Но в этом
my
моде
eyesight
также
is not
есть
great, you know, so I will
дополнительный
try hard and do as
телефон,
best as
который,
I
насколько я
can.
помню, не
Also,
помечен на
the
карте, но
voiceovers
вам
for
дают
this, redone, and they're
референс,
quite funny.
куда
I
нужно
think
ехать.
it's your voice, I believe.
Nope.
But no, it's not.
Забавный факт, про который этот раннер Ебен
No.
постоянно рассказывает.
Nord.
It's a pack.
It's
Лазурные
Ported.
ютуберы
The guy with the lowest
watchmojo.com
save range on planet Earth.
сказали, что это
Yeah.
самая
And it's
сложная
also
миссия
turned
в серии
down with a
GTA,
voice changer
потому
as
что
well,
ездить
yeah.
по городу
It's alright.
That's not a good
с
start.
Yeah, not a good start, but
лимитом
there's-
времени
I've-
это
I've
не
done this
прикольно.
with crashes before.
На что
Okay.
этот раннер отвечает тем, что он проходит эту же миссию даже с
So yeah,
дополнительным
in the
телефоном,
meantime, Robo, you
где
are
нужно
welcome
ехать
to read some
через
donations.
весь город,
So
и
this
все
is just
равно у него
driving.
остается
It's
20
tricky,
секунд в
but,
запасе.
you know, probably not
Это
talking
просто
will work
ужас,
in my favor. So,
Fantastic. Well,
насколько
hopefully this will help you
журналисты не
concentrate.
умеют
Ned
играть в
Flynn
игры.
has donated $10. Says,
Ладно,
good
отходим
luck
от темы.
not choking in this challenging run, Ben.
Thank you.
Do you need help? Trust your commentators. KZ Vrew is great at the water part of the run.
Yeah. We won't talk about that anymore. It didn't happen. That's right. I gotta block you, don't I? Yeah.
Further knowledge.
Do that live on stream.
Yeah.
A Real Riley has donated $15. Thank you very much for that. And Pokerface Owati has donated $10.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, the comment says Pokerface Owati donates $15, and he's saying Pokerface Owati just sent us $20 with the comments "Good luck, Ben."
Thank you.
I'm not sure every part of that comment was true.
They
Без понятия Special Engine, но мне что-то
they
подсказывает,
even
что нет.
toned it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Yeah. It's not quite that deep in real life.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
wanted to make it sound even creepier than in the normal game.
I'm petrified. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Robot, do continue. Do continue.
No worries. We finally have a $10 donation from Gurumin that says, "Great run so far. Loving the commentary and this ridiculous mod that I'll probably never play myself."
Correct choice.
Same.
Let me tell you.
Very, very sensible person
Sensible. Yeah.
Кейзи уже ранил GTA Vice City Definitive Edition. Это был самый первый ран на открытии ES.
Muscle memory for exactly. Oh boy.
Yep.
This is gonna be tricky now. Possibly not doable, but that's okay. We do have a generous estimate, so. But it means that if I actually fail the hard stuff, then we might be in trouble.
I thought you'd been grinding this world record holder, sir.
Yeah, grinding. Yeah, I would definitely do that because grinding this is very fun. Let me tell
Speaking of playing the mod, I think you can just Google GitHub and Toughened mod GTA 3 and you should be able to find it where you can download it and everything.
you. Yeah. If you want to, for whatever
Yeah, if you're
reason.
seeking a challenge because you think you're good at GTA 3, give it a try.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like to be humbled, so.
All right, I'm gonna mega sweat this. It might be doable.
Oh
I don't
boy,
know.
oh boy,
We'll
oh
see.
boy.
So the last phone is coming up. We have 37 seconds. Is this doable, Casey Fruit? Do you know? In a
Let me run the simulations.
yeah.
Timer ends at the phone, right?
Yeah, timer ends at the phone.
Oh,
Otherwise, we'd be done.
Easy, dude. Yeah, that's easy.
Okay, let me concentrate. Quiet time.
Yeah, just don't screw up, Ben. Ben, come on. Posture check, Ben. Posture check. Are you hydrated, Ben?
I am hydrated.
Okay, good. Are you
I could use
breathing?
a little gamer sip, actually.
All right. Are you frame?
Am I breathing?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Are you frame perfect?
Oh, we got plenty of time.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, it's free.
И даже забыть телефона все равно остается чуть-чуть
Take that,
времени.
Watch Mojo.
Woo!
Да, чем говорит Иван.
Impressive, Ben.
Thank you.
It would have been frame perfect if you didn't take the wrong route.
Yeah. Well, I was just proving that even with extra objectives and having no idea where to go, you can still do it.
Brain was literally off for a second.
Just listening to donations. Perfect.
Yeah, we didn't want to make it as tight as Blowfish? Yeah, Blowfish.
Yeah, Blowfish. Yeah. Okay, so
if you only had 10 seconds to spare it, optimal driving, I
Ага,
think
Silence the Snake.
very frustrated.
Yep, and this might have taken
В этой миссии нужно выкурить гранатой в окно товарища и расстрелять его машину.
So, next up is Silence the Sneak.
Но уловка этого мода в том, что машина пули непробиваема.
And the sort of gimmick for this is that
Поэтому
usually
здесь
you would
нужно
just
проявить
M16 or
смекалочку.
grenade McCaffrey.
Здесь есть
And
фиксированный
he doesn't
спаун
have a lot
вот
of
этой
health.
машины
But in
баллисты.
this, I don't know, again, I don't know the numbers exactly, but he has
Мы поставим
significantly more
ее
health.
на
To
выход
the point where if he
из
just spawns
гаража.
in the garage and drives away, you can't really kill him quick enough. So all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to park this convenient blister that spawns here. I'm just going to park it in front of where he's going to be. The game isn't smart enough to check if there's anything in front of the garage. So then we can just launch a grenade into the window. And then he's going to spawn and immediately hit the blister. And then we can just nuke him with
И
grenades.
товарищ спавнится, и мы просто закидываем гранатами.
Oh, he came out
О,
real
нет.
quick. We might be able to nail him.
Найс.
Wow, that's insane.
We get him?
Или не
We
найс.
didn't get him.
No, I don't.
Did not get him,
No.
gamers. That's alright.
Dude, unbelievable.
Thankfully, this mission to fail it's very quick. So, you know, it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Going for the
work
paint
once.
spray and just accepting the fail, going for the paint spray.
Yeah, I mean, you
Слушай,
can't
не
catch him with
повезло.
4 stars. It's not possible.
Парень
Oh,
быстро
he's
выбрался.
driving back towards
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe I can get him.
Oh, yeah, just going. Well.
Oh, now he's going
going
back.
back.
Oh, this guy, dude. If you're gonna
Что
fail,
происходит?
let me fail. Like, come on. I'm gonna try and go and get him. Where even is he?
Jerking your emotions around.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go and see where this guy is. Wait, is he above me?
Миссия сейчас должна была провалиться,
I don't even see him on the
но
map.
почему-то он решил поехать в нашу сторону.
There we go.
Yeah.
You finally
Вот и оно
failed the mission.
провалилось.
Hit correct.
So, as I was saying about the fact that it's really fast if you fail the mission, it's not if that happens.
Yeah, that's
Never seen that
that's
one
unusual.
before.
Yeah.
Yep, that's alright. As I was saying before,
the blocking of the garage is kind of the intended threat by
Yep.
us, or me, I guess.
Yeah, what I used to do is I used to go and get like the barracks from Phil's place, which is obviously a lot larger, or some kind of big vehicle like a bus or something. The blister is quite a lot faster. It's obviously just a bit less consistent because he sometimes can just ram it out the way. But as I say, little fails like that are not a huge deal. As I said, like right at the start, just in case you were here and were wondering sort of why nobody really cares about failed missions. This mod is like designed to have several fails done. Like a perfect run is pretty much impossible. Like even my PB in this like loses several minutes in certain missions just because the way it is. It's essentially Kaizo, where like perfection is not really doable. So we shall try this again, and I will park a little further to the south because I think I parked a bit far north, and he sort of pushed the corner of the car.
You see us going that way. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll park like this. Should be a bit better. The tricky part is as well is when you go to throw this grenade, obviously if you miss, you'll just blow up your own car that you've just positioned. So you gotta make sure you have that reference ready.
Forced
to go.
one shot, yeah.
Exactly. So there we go. Now he's significantly more stuck.
Теперь он застрял намного лучше в прошлый раз. Теперь он точно подорван.
There you go.
There we go.
Well done. Claps for that one.
Thank you.
Похлопайте, пожалуйста.
Also going to paint spray one more time because Idgod is a
Даже после того, как миссия закончилась, нам все равно дают 4 звезды розыска. Но очень удобно расположена перекраска. Мы просто не заедем.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Can't argue with that. If it was like across the map, I'd be fuming. So next up is arms shortage, and arms shortage has a number of changes. And one of them is extremely beneficial to us later on in the run.
Еще миссия
So,
Arms Shortage. И здесь мод нам даже даст небольшую поблажку, которая нам пригодится.
So what you usually do is you go up to Phil's place and you got to sort of defend him from a bunch of people who are coming to kill him. I don't remember exactly the reason, doesn't really matter. There are these 3 cars that come, and then there are also 2 extra dudes that spawn in the alleyway next to you. You got to kill them all, and then Phil says like, hey, thanks for helping me, I run an armory, you can buy weapons. Great. For some reason, these guys that come are in like random vehicles. They're in like stallions and stuff. I don't know if that was intended, Ardgod. Do you know?
I did not remember we changed the vehicles, but sure we did intentionally, yeah.
Yeah. So usually you have like a couple of weapons that you can use just up here on these shipping containers, and one of them has 5 rockets, which you can use.
В оригинальной игре здесь есть пикап ракет.
This only gives us 1.
Здесь у вас 5 ракет, но мод дает только одну. Подрываем первую машину, подрываем вторую с помощью М16, плаваем 2 чуваков позади склада, и еще 3. Проверяем, что с Филом все нормально. И он рассказывает нам, что мы можем покупать у него стволы.
One is that you have to do like a quite a tricky sort of set of inputs to get in there, and 2 is that it's not explosion proof. So as we mentioned earlier, if you collide into something with a tank, it does explosion damage.
Да, также Фил в этой миссии должен держать М16, но в этом моде он держит биту.
So it's not particularly useful. However,
нам нужно купить М16 и 20 ракет.
It is unlocked and it is
подобрать
explosion proof.
пикап ракет за деньги 4 раза.
It just so happens that I believe after Toughened mod came out, about a year or so later, it was discovered that you can completely cheese evidence dash and skip basically the entire mission.
И также изменение мода в этой миссии спавнится танк. В оригинальной игре он закрыт, и он уязвим для взрывов. Но в этом моде он открыт, и он не уязвим для взрывов. И это пригодится нам в следующей миссии Evidence Dash.
So, as you can imagine, you can't just blow up the car. If you sink it in the ocean, you failed the mission. If you try and shoot it, it's bulletproof. If you try and explode it, it's explosion proof. But what it isn't is collision proof, because obviously you're intended to bump into it with a car to damage it and take the packages out. But as you can imagine, because it's explosive proof, there's no sort of check for blowing it up via an explosion, because it's explosive proof. So why would you?
Okay.
Why would there be a check there? So, if you collide into it with a tank, which is collision damage, and kill it, the mission just passes.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah. So that is what we call tank ED. That is something that's done. People actually do it for world record attempts in the vanilla game, with the sort of the tank that's made out of paper mache. That is very risky because of the fact that if you hit anything else, you'll just blow yourself up after a few explosions. But this, it's much easier. There's only a couple of things that we need to look out for. One is obviously police, and 2 are physics. So this tank, even though it may look very stable, watch out for physics. Because when you sort of explode a car,
также Ибн будет использовать трюк, который, наверное, каждому россиянину знаком с детства. Это то, что в GTA 3 и в GTA Vice City можно поставить пушку танка позади себя и стрелять из нее для получения буста скорости.
Yeah, so if you collide into a car and blow it up, there's a chance that you can get stuck on the door and it'll just flip the tank. So, hello. There.
Wait.
Найс. На самом деле это очень трудная миссия в оригинале, потому что грузовик, который вы должны сбивать с дороги, пули не пробиваем, неуязвим для взрывов. И если же его утопить в воде, миссия все равно провалится, потому что вы должны собирать доказательства. Но у игры нету проверки на то, что грузовик взорван, ведь он неуязвим к взрывам. Так как танк взрывает машины при касании, то можно использовать это для того, чтобы пройти миссию сразу. Следующая миссия — это Либератор.
But for now, obviously, if I would just abandon this, it would sort of despawn later on. So what I'm going to do is, as we're going north anyway, and we're going to be driving past the Staunton safe house,
Пока что мы все равно едем на север.
so I can use
Если
it
бы
later.
просто оставили этот танк на улице, то он бы задиспавнился. Потому что, во-первых, этот танк является в скрипте миссии Arm Shortage. Поэтому если бы мы его просто оставили вне зоны нашего видения, он бы задиспавнился. А также машина в уме, в своей памяти может держать только 2 машины. В этом месяце, как мы, как раз таки берем 2 машины.
We're in Europe now. Speak properly.
That's true. That's true.
So there's one thing that we can also do with a tank, which I haven't been doing too much, but what you can do is, if you want to go mega fast, is you can shoot the cannon behind you, and it propels you forward. And this can actually make the tank to be one of the fastest vehicles in the game, because obviously you can gain like almost infinite momentum. The reason I'm not doing it is because, again, we're trying to play as safe as possible to, you know, not embarrass ourselves.
Поставим танк в гараж.
Usually you can, you know, sort of, you know, fling that cannon wherever you want, and gain a lot of speed. But again, if I flip, it's another practice save getting loaded. So I would like a
car in the
vehicle,
building
please.
there.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, homie in the building. Yeah.
You
Nice.
good?
No, it's not.
Интересный
Can
спавн.
I steal this?
Man, I would not.
Yeah, probably not gonna. I'll probably like crash the game or something if I do that.
It like immediately exploded. Yeah, crashing the game definitely works.
Yep. So
I think this road is just broken in vanilla as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a vanilla
this
thing.
road.
Not a mod thing.
Yeah. But what is a mod thing is that usually you would need a cartel cruiser, and they spawn randomly in where we are now, which is like Fort Staunton. But thankfully, the Toughened developers, very nice of them, they placed one right outside of the place that we're going, and it's always unlocked. So very nice.
Oh yeah. So normally
Speedrunner friendly.
Yeah.
in the vanilla game you have replays, and you would enter this compound and quickly play a short replay, which makes these guys passive for whatever reason. But
Yeah.
no
Like
replays
resets
here.
their AI to like the previous state, which is just patrolling.
Yeah. So yeah. So no replays here, and obviously you have to play
Расстреливаем
more
всех
honestly.
товарищей.
Exactly.
Здесь стреляем ракету в стену гаража.
So there's a couple of guys here, and usually there are 3 garages that the old Oriental gentleman can spawn in. That one, or that one. Toughened again made it speedrun friendly, because there's actually a 4th one, and he spawns in here instead. You have to be very careful to not die. There we go. I did actually get one of them with a rocket at least, which was nice.
And he does spawn here every time, not like
Собираем
in vanilla where
Yeah, it's not
Второго
random. Exactly.
джентльмена.
So it's very nice that at least, you know, I was going to say it's brutal but fair. That's a lie. It's very unfair, but at least it's not random, if that makes sense. Like, if you play perfectly, you can do this quite consistently. The thing is, it's so difficult that perfection is not something that's humanly viable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very important that even though this car isn't particularly good, we're going to keep it for this next mission. Also, when we start this next mission, we're going to immediately get 5 stars. So we're going to have to, you know, sort of hightail it in this average vehicle with the FBI coming after us, drive to the pay and spray to get rid of the 5-star wanted level, which is sort of part 1, and then do like an almost pixel perfect snipe through a wall to do the next strategy for the next mission. So this mission is hard.
Oh, this is, you're doing Kenji Snipe?
Kenji Snipe.
Okay, yeah.
We're doing the all missions variant, which is
Yeah.
like right at the start.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
So this is not particularly easy, so I'm going to do my best to concentrate again. Ide and KZ3, you are welcome to, you know, talk amongst yourselves. You can talk about the game, or mock my accent, whichever comes first. It's up to you.
No, you're right. We are in Europe. I'm at an
это-
away game, so I gotta respect the home team, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Подбор ХП.
exactly. Sure.
Следующая миссия это Вака Гашира Wipeout.
Yeah, I've never played this mod.
Здесь нам нужно убить Кенджи,
I actually,
одного
sitting here,
из
I didn't really know.
главарей
I
Якудзы.
knew the one thing. I knew the one thing about the Van Heist.
Усложнение этого мода в том, что здесь сразу на старте дают 5 звезд розыска.
Did you try it?
He
И
sat us
ФБРовцы
all down. He was like,
Ooh.
GTA 3,
Okay,
GTA
that
Vice
is a
City и San
fantastic
Andreas
start.
очень
busted
беспощадные.
upside down.
Интересно получилось.
That's just the two
Нарисовал нас,
layers of
пока мы
fruit.
были
That's a
вверх
rude
ногами.
sandwich.
Remember when I said you got to look out for physics? The only reason that happened was because I hit a car and just
Интересная
flipped.
физика
Yeah,
автомобилей.
Instead of pushing it out the way.
Right. Thanks,
Okay.
GT3.
Yep. Give me 1 second here. I will not be a second. You
К
guys
сожалению, нам
can
придется
Oh, we have
поменять
to,
сейф,
okay,
потому что
sure,
нам
sure, sure,
нужны
So the
стволы.
reason, even though technically I could continue, I spent almost all of my money
Oh,
on
yeah.
rockets and then immediately lost them all. So
Мы,
if
к
you want
сожалению,
to
не
see like
сможем
a full
купить стволы во
run,
второй раз, потому
I
что
do
мы
need to load a
потратили
save here,
практически все
unfortunately.
наши
Yeah,
деньги.
especially since like
А деньги нам
all,
нужны
since the
для
game is like
последней миссии.
stripped of all its well, let's call them features.
Yeah, exactly. So
There's
you
no
can't do side content to get money.
Yeah, there's just no way to get actually get money. It's is that would that be a soft lock then?
Sort of. So, as I was saying before, like, technically speaking, I do have enough money to buy the rockets and try again, but I won't be able to do a lot of the strategies later that require the rockets. So, for the sake of the showcase, to show, you know, everything possible, it's much better to just load a save than sort of do the...
To answer your question, Fru, there is one mission towards the very end of the game where you can actually generate infinite amount of money.
Oh, okay. Is that also in vanilla?
No,
no.
that's intended. We put that in just before the exchange, so you could still reach the 500k.
Okay.
I didn't know it was infinite-eyed. How exactly does that work?
Well,
I
it's
know...
not infinite, but you can.
Okay, enough
for every
money.
stall on Espresso to go you kill, you get 10k, and you can redo the mission however often you want.
Okay, yeah, makes sense, yeah.
Alright, there you go. Smart. Having a failsafe there.
Very smart, yeah. So, we'll try that one again. Hopefully we get further than like 5 seconds into the mission.
I believe in you, buddy.
Попробуем еще
Let's do
раз.
it.
Good time for a couple of quick donations.
Yep, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wendell Knotts has donated $50. Thank you very
Calvin.
much. The comment is, good luck, Toughened Ben.
Thank you.
Good commentary, Definitive Ben.
Thank you.
Me?
Are you definitive, Ben?
Oh man,
Хорошие бусты.
I mean,
от
if I take it at face value,
Zad.
me being definitive, I like that.
You are like
But
the Ben.
But
right?
the connotation of definitive edition of, you know, it's it makes me sound not so hot. But I'll take it as a compliment.
It's the perfect comment. because
Во-первых,
you
здесь
don't know
нужно
if it's an
пойти
insult.
перекрасть
now
машину,
I'm
чтобы
chewing the
копы нам не
fat on it,
мешали.
right? It's just making me think.
Как раз таки парковка, на которую мы
On another
должны
note,
ехать и
that
убить
donation
Кенджи
went towards the Definitive
неподалеку.
Edition
Поэтому
upgrade of
все
San
по пути.
Andreas.
Because we need to
Excuse
make
me,
Josh
Mr.
suffer.
Yeah, we need to make Josh. If I'm gonna suffer, Josh has to suffer. So we need to make him play definitive. All right, so we're heading into the paint spray here. This is sort of part 1 done, but it's definitely not over yet, as I said. So, so what you have to do in this mission is you have to kill Kenji, who is like the hello.
Oh, yeah, then you got the star right. Oh no, and now there's crunch.
Oh.
Move,
хорошо.
dude.
Come on.
Get out the way.
All right, that's gotta
Гараж
work.
не закроется, потому что
No?
машина
Dude, what's
блокирует.
happening?
What the? Just
Oh, now you got 2 stars because of the
fantastic.
Like, the more
Can you?
3 stars. Even.
I have never seen anything like this.
That was
Okay.
That's pretty sick.
Get out the way.
Is it the car
Повезло.
parts?
I have 4
Повезло.
stars
Okay,
now.
yeah.
Это было очень близко к
Yeah,
фейлу.
Going back to what you said about like wanted level being like easier to
It is
obtain.
so
it's-
easy to
that's,
get, yeah.
That's crazy that you just
Yeah.
hit one car and yeah, that's nuts.
So, you have to kill Kenji. He's at the top of the multi-story car park right next to me. Usually, in Vanilla GTA 3, you can shoot a rocket through the floor underneath him and blow up the cars that he's stood near, and that kills him. They're explosion-proof in this, so that doesn't work.
Oh,
but what we can do instead is that if all goes well, there is a very sort of tricky lineup where we can sort of shove ourselves into this corner.
Здесь мы будем снайпить
Very tricky
Кенджи
pixels. I do apologize for removing that off
сквозь
camera. I'm
гараж,
very blind, so
потому
picking
что
pixels is not the
в
easiest
GTA
thing.
3 и в GTA Vice
And of
City
course I get a cop spawn
пули
here as well.
от
That's gonna
снайперки
annoy me.
не имеют коллизии,
Officer,
поэтому, по сути, можно
I'm gonna
пробивать
need
что
you
угодно.
To not do
Интересный
that.
коп.
Thank you. Okay. We'll continue to try and shoot pixels. And essentially, you shoot him through the wall with the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Здесь нужно стрелять
Because
точно по пикселям.
sniper rifle bullets move so fast that they actually go through surfaces.
Yeah, you can
So-
just wall bang.
Yeah, exactly. The problem why this is sort of
что-то не очень
inconsistent is
получается.
because these old games, they
На
sort
самом
of
деле здесь
they work on like a
прям реально
grid, so
2
as
или
you can
3
see,
пикселя
I'm
нужно
sort
в
of
них
shooting these
четенько
pixels,
попасть.
but not every pixel is the same when you aim every single time. So you sort of just got to pick like a range of pixels that should work. And there we go, we got him.
Nice.
Oтлично,
Clap.
Thank you. Thank you.
And at the time we made this mod, the strat was not really used, so
Yeah.
otherwise we would obviously try to prevent it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is more of a sort of modern strat that's done in all missions and 100% nowadays. But yeah, so it's as simple as that. The sniper bullets go so fast that you can shoot through
В
walls.
Рокстарном шопе нет рефандов,
in
поэтому
this case, like
Definitive
wallbang,
Edition
I guess.
не выпустили
Yeah, so
в Steam.
that was
Вот вам и ответ.
horrid. But we made it through, so all good. All we need to do now is just ditch the car, which we'll do by, you know, just exiting here. And then we will move on.
The alternative would have been way more painful.
Yes, exactly. So the alternative is that the intentional strat is that you go all the way up in this Colombian car, and you try and run him over. But the problem is that you run him over, you just get gunned down by everyone. But I think they have like M16s in Toughened. So they just
И здесь
destroy
Адито
you
можно
when you try and go
сделать
up there.
немножко
It's
проще путем
absolutely
того,
horrible.
что
And
мы
if you
возьмем
get out of the
танк,
car to try
который мы
and shoot
сохранили
him,
ранее.
you fail because the whole point of the mission in terms of law is that you're supposed to, you know, sort of go up there and show that you're in a cartel car, and then kill the Yakuza leader so it looks like it's a gang-related incident, when in reality it's just Claude being a bit of a goofball.
You're a hired man.
Exactly.
Being a goofball. Yeah.
That's one way to downplay it.
Yeah.
The best way probably to prevent the sniper strat would have just been increase the range in which you have to be in a car. If we just increased the range to the whole parking lot, you could have not sniped them because they would have been detected.
Yeah, exactly. You would have failed if you got out of the vehicle.
Yeah, that would have been probably the fix.
Yeah. So, we're grabbing a tank again here. As you can see, we've got a minute timer on the top right, and the way this mission works is it's another auto-scroller, so it sort of plays itself. As long as we're on time to pick up the set of packages that spawn, a plane or a dodo spawns and drops a load of packages that we need to grab in a boat. And as long as we're sort of on track there, then we're all good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head down here with the tank, and I am going to get 3 stars, first of all, because I accidentally shot a guy behind me. Hello, officer. I'm going to get 4 stars real quick at this rate. So we're going to park our tank near the jetty, and we're going to use it for the final section of this mission. So, this mission is quite trivial in terms of what we're doing right now, because it's very similar. It's exactly the same. The only difference is that the speedboat that you would use doesn't exist. So we use the police boat, which is right next door.
В этом моде нет скоростной лодки, на которой вы обычно проходите миссию, поэтому второй лучший вариант, который у вас есть, это полицейская лодка.
So obviously, usually you could like pay and spray the 5 stars away, no problem, no big deal. But the problem is not the 5 stars, but the fact that when you hit the final mission marker, there is an actual rampage in this, and you have to destroy 15 FBI cars in, I want to say 2 minutes, it might be less. So, as you can imagine, the easiest way to safely take out that many FBI cars is just sit in a tank and let them run into you, essentially.
Ах да,
That's a really interesting,
в этом моде также отключены дополнительные миссии по типу пожарника, полицейского, скорой помощи и отключены рампейджи. Но в этой миссии под конец есть самый настоящий рампейдж. Именно для этого мы также берем танк. Во-первых, танк нам нужен, потому что он пули непробиваемый, можно спокойно ехать через город, не боясь 5 звезд розыска. А во-вторых, для того, чтобы сделать рампейдж под конец миссии намного легче. Потому что вам нужно за 2 минуты взорвать 15, насколько я помню, ФБРовских машин. У вас, конечно, есть М16 и ракеты, но на танке это сделать намного проще.
Zoton definitely used the tank for several missions. I don't know if he used it for evidence dash, but Zoton definitely used it for one of them, and I think it might have been this one. So yeah, it was definitely a sort of community effort. I can't take all the credit for like sort of routing this and making it a somewhat viable speedrun. It definitely was a sort of group effort. So shout outs to everyone who's helped me along the way, making this into something that's somewhat something that we can do in a marathon. Because doing Toughened in a marathon before, I've only ever done it.
Забавный факт, танк, который бустит себя при помощи пушки, по сути является самым быстрым наземным транспортом в игре. Это относится и к GTA 3, и к GTA 8 тоже.
Oh, you were using the cheated version? Come on, man.
The cheated version. So what we mean by the cheated version is like if you try and type a cheat code in the Toughened mod, it just says filthy cheater and gives you a 6-star wanted level, no matter what the cheat is. So
в этом моде также нельзя использовать читы. Если вы видите любой чит, то за место надписи «чит активирован» появится надпись «Ага, грязный читер», и вам дадут 6 звезд розыска.
The rampage does give you that.
Does give you an M16.
Okay, good.
So it is doable. So it's significantly more difficult because as you say,
Да,
all
здесь нам
those guys
дают
will just
2
destroy you.
минуты для того,
If
чтобы
we
уничтожить
gave him
15
like an
машин.
RUSC, this would be impossible.
ФБР.
Exactly. So Toughened, you know, their plan is to go as close to impossible as possible, I suppose.
Просто делаем небольшой круг. Как только убиваем 15 машин, у нас отнимают звезды розыска. И теперь можно поехать завершить миссию.
They are just sort of unaggressive. And yeah, this is the end of the tank escapade. And we are going towards Shoreside Vale.
Yeah.
So Shoreside Vale is just a couple of missions. But this is where I would say, and I hope you don't mind me saying, God, this is where I think you guys got a little lazy. So there aren't many super interesting mechanics in this, but what happens is that pretty much every enemy you encounter in this segment of the game, A, has an M16, which is extremely overpowered. B, they're 100% accurate.
Oh, Lord.
So what that means is that if they see you, they will left
Следующая
click
миссия
and they will
это
just
Grand Theft
insta-kill you.
Aero,
Your health
не
does not
авто,
matter.
Aero.
So,
We did get carried away a little bit with the
Сложность этой
M16.
миссии в
carried
том,
away
что
is definitely
у
a way I
каждого
would
члена
describe it. So,
картеля
I'm gonna try- can I get this?
есть М16 в руках,
Oh, red light. Yeah, perfect. Thank
и
you. Thank
также
you for
у них
obeying
есть
traffic
стопроцентная
laws.
точность.
But
Что
I can
означает,
blame the limited staff of
даже
exactly 2
один
people,
товарищ из
people
картеля
coming up
вас
with
просто
creative
разгребет
ideas
за
how to change missions.
долю
It's
секунд.
not that many people.
Yeah, exactly. So, essentially, what these missions
Здесь нам нужно
become
поехать
is
в аэропорт
dealing with
и
the- there are
забрать
some changes which
посылку
we'll detail
с
later on.
самолета.
As we'll go into
Но
when we
туда
get
уже
towards the
успели
airport here, which is
приехать
our next destination.
товарищи из
But
картеля и все
mainly
забрать
the
себе.
sort of idea is not getting insta-killed. So avoiding as many insta-kill mechanics as possible. So we're on the way to drive to the airport, Shoreside Vale. Nothing mega interesting going on. Robo, you are welcome.
Также я смотрю в заметке, которые мне написал Евен. Он написал, что на этой миссии игра может крашнуться, если выполнять ее медленно. Поэтому ему лучше пошевелиться.
I do apologize, Mr. Liv Senior.
Quite alright. We have an anonymous $5 donation saying, love that game. Scott Check has donated $20 and says, nice.
Nice.
And finally, Code Gorilla, thank you very much for the $30. There's no comment there, but that's gone to the bonus any percent run for Anodyne.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, this is where we're going to see the first instance.
Внутрь этого ангара лучше не заходить, потому что опять же здесь товарищи с М16.
Do you want to give us a little bit of a rundown on the Dodo?
Sure.
The lore update.
Lore update on the Dodo. So, the Dodo is a vehicle that they just kind of threw into the game. I think just for fun, really. They clearly wanted to try and code a flyable airplane, but they sort of did the opposite. So, effectively, to fly the
Дода
Dodo,
на самом
you
деле
have to hold down
в этой
to
игре
go up,
это
and
не
then
зависит
to
от мода.
descend, you stall out, so then you lose speed and you
Не
sink
предназначена
down.
для
Like, you're
полетов,
always
но
gaining
игроки
altitude
нашли баги,
in,
при помощи
in,
которых
like,
на
the
Додо можно
orientation of
летать.
whatever direction is
Это
the-
то, что мы
the
сейчас
top
будем
of the
использовать,
Dodo.
насколько
So
я
to
помню,
turn, you
остаток
just
рана.
turn sideways and it does
А это
that.
еще
You're
где-то
basically always
миссии
gaining height.
4
So that's
или
why going
5.
down is important to kind of counteract against that. The other thing is having no overhead camera.
Но разработчики точно бы не хотели, чтобы вы летали на Додо, потому что, как вы можете заметить, у этих зданий не прорисована крыша, потому что вы не должны были видеть вид сверху на эти крыши. Приземляемся на стройку. Здесь есть небольшая уловка. Машина, та, которую можете видеть справа, заминирована. Как только вы к ней подойдете, она взорвется, и, насколько помню, она инстакиллит вас. Лучше к ней не подходить.
Yeah, so obviously the intended strat is that you can fight and go around all this and go and kill these guys. But there is a lot of dudes, they have M16s and it's very annoying. Thankfully we have a Dodo, and thankfully that Dodo
Здесь
has
мы
a very
запрыгиваем
small
на Додо,
invisible hitbox that we can jump on
на это
and then jump
здание,
on here. And then we can launch a couple of grenades
бросаем
to sort of
парочку
kill,
гранат.
you know, enough guys that we can sort of tank the rest of the damage. Kill that guy over there. There's usually a guy that runs up here somewhere. There's one just at the bottom here. Yeah, that sounds like did some serious damage.
Должно быть хорошо. О, нет, один справа остался.
He
Но
just doesn't
какой-то
care.
он
Alright.
дурак.
Alright.
Он никого не
That
видит.
works.
It's very passive
Остался
there.
еще один.
Very
Но
passive.
здесь уже
Strange.
Yeah.
конец миссии.
So essentially what you want to do is, yeah, it's just like hop over the wall and just do a sort of enough damage with the grenades to where you don't need to worry about,
Осторожно
you know, you
обходим
can sort of tank the damage and
эту
jump over.
машину, чтобы она
That is still an
опять же нас
insta-kill,
не
by the
взорвала.
way, so we're gonna
Yeah,
still make
I was
it
gonna
away.
say,
Yeah,
Fruit,
yeah,
did
yeah.
you notice how far he went around it?
Yeah, it's still
I
an
noticed
insta-kill.
now. Yeah, it makes sense.
And there is one more trap at the end of this mission. The reason I'm commentating it is so I don't forget about it. So one last kick in the teeth. If one insta-kill mechanic wasn't enough, right at the end of this extremely long mission, we're going back to Donald's Love Place.
Также здесь опять есть, опять же, уловка
And just
для
when you're
игроков.
about
Под
there's
конец
two
этой
pillars,
миссии здесь
one
есть
on your
два
left and one on your
спавна
right. And there are two
чувачков
guys that
с
spawn there
М16 и
with
100%
M16s
точностью.
that are 100% accurate.
Oh yes.
So if you don't know they're there, you walk into the final mission marker and you just die. And that is a huge kick in the teeth. Even if you can run through and tank the damage and get lucky enough, you spawn in and it goes mission complete, they kill you immediately.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. God is laughing. You should be ashamed of yourself. You really should.
I think this is one of my prouder moments, actually.
Oh my goodness.
At least it's not like an evil laugh, like
Yeah, it's a little giggle.
Yeah, cheeky giggle.
Exactly. So yeah,
Аккуратно
they're just behind these
паркуемся
pillars
здесь.
here. So this is what the grenades are, like the VIP of this mod, of this run, because obviously you can just kind of throw them in a general direction and kill these guys. So there's one just
Они
here.
стоят позади вот этих двух колонн, поэтому мы
Yep.
раскидываем на них
Ooh,
гранаты.
one just here. There we go. As you can see, there they are.
И
Mission
оба
passed.
трупы.
Nice. Dude. Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, claps. Come on.
Yeah, take that insta-kill mechanics. I'm smarter than you.
He deserves claps after all this practice
Yeah,
with playing this.
playing this
Most,
travesty.
Следующая миссия, ее название это небольшая игра слов. В оригинале она называется Bait, но в моде она называется Master Bait. Поняли?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Just going from
На самом деле, одна из самых трудных миссий в оригинальной GTA 3,
It has like a
но
surveillance
в этом
room
моде
with all
ее
the
сделали
cameras,
чуть-чуть
street
попроще, но
cameras,
чуть-чуть
just
сложнее.
to
Опять же,
show
у
people
всех
you can kill,
картельцев
yeah.
есть
Yeah,
М16
so we just got a very short
с
journey here back to
100%
the construction
точностью.
site.
И, скорее всего, дробовики
The
тоже
next
есть.
mission is Bait, and again, it is one of the missions that is faster in any percent. And essentially, the way it works
И их
is
нужно
that you have
заманить
to group up a bunch
в
of dudes and drive
специальное
them into a place where the Yakuza can kill them.
специальное помещение.
So a sort of
Не знаю, как сказать.
secret in Toughened is that you don't actually have to do the mission objective. You can just
Но
kill
в этой
them
же
yourself.
миссии можно просто их взорвать, даже не
The
триггеря
easiest
их.
way to do it, that is still somewhat
Что
fast.
очень
Also,
хорошо.
ignore the name.
Oh
I'd
man.
God, terrible. How old are you, man? Disgusting.
It was Adam's idea.
Adam! Come on, Adam. Shocking.
Pick him up, throw him under the bus.
Exactly, yeah. I appreciate
Well, you
it.
can't
Name
call me
names.
out this publicly, so I have to throw it away.
No, that is fair enough. So, there are 4 different
Masturbate.
cars instead of 3, like there usually would be. And this fog doesn't help on this takeoff, let me tell you. Let me
That's
zoom in a little bit.
Fixed weather again, I guess.
No, this isn't fixed. Also, that is not a good takeoff.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
It's alright.
It's alright. We're doubling back. It gives me enough time to talk about it.
You're making the right choice here.
Exactly. So there are a couple of
this guy's
mechanics.
angry at you.
Yeah, so one of the mechanics is that every
Не
pedestrian is
получилось
trying to
что-то
beat you
взлететь
up
с первого
for
раза.
some reason. I don't know
Nice.
why that's a thing.
Right.
Very
Oh,
annoying.
dog.
Very annoying. And yeah, so there are 4 cars instead of the usual 3. But as I say, you can just like pull up one by one and shoot them. So what you could do is, if you wanted to make this extremely trivial, is you could just sort of drive to Shoreside Vale and just blow them up one by one. But that's kind of slow. So what I'm going to try to do, and I would argue this is the least consistent strat in this mod, so you know, might not work, but I'm going to try my best because I'll look really cool if I pull it off.
На самом деле, использовать Дода в этой
Oh, thank you.
миссии, в этом
I'm gonna
моде
try what we call
изначально
Dodo
не
bait. So
предполагалось,
what Dodo bait
потому
is
что,
that you pick up
в принципе,
all the guys and
незачем
you
их
sort of get
манить
them all
в
around you while you're flying the Dodo
специальное
over,
здание,
because
где
it's a
можно
sort
их
of
только
trigger
убить.
to get them
Здесь их
to,
можно
you
убить
know,
просто так,
like aggro you.
поэтому
Has no
не нужно
vertical
летать
limit,
на Дода,
aside
но
from map limitations.
мы все равно
As you
будем
can see, he
использовать Дода
sees
для
me,
того, чтобы
he's
заманить
coming
их
after
всех
me.
в одну
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try
в одну
and pick up
сторону.
and do sort of like
Они
a
все
modified
были
Dodo bait.
поближе
Where
друг
Instead
к
of
другу.
taking them to the trap, I'm going to take them to like a safe place.
Главное пролететь
and kill them all
достаточно
myself.
низко
So as you can imagine, instead of
над
waiting
ними.
for them all, I'm sort of, you know, grouping them all up at once, which is significantly faster than the easy strat. as I say, this is quite difficult because the we're going to deliberately skip this guy who's coming up on our right. As you can see, the little pink marker on the map. We're going to double back to him. And I'm actually going to land without triggering him, because obviously it makes more sense to not have him aggro on me if I can avoid it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger all 3 of these guys that are around the map, and then go and park next to the 4th guy, shoot the 4th guy, and then hopefully if all goes right, obviously we're relying on AI here, 2001 AI.
возле здания.
So, but hopefully if all goes well, they'll drive towards me, and I can just sort of blow them up one by one, and as I say, it's quite a lot faster. So we're gonna park just around here.
Приземляемся здесь.
Okay.
Окей, Додо выживает. Живем.
And we are just gonna M16 these guys.
Взрываем эту машину. Интересный товарищ, который...
Еще
один.
AI, they should be
Почему-то все хотят дать нам
but I
леща.
think those guys up to the northeast of me are not particularly...
Oh jeez.
While I try and concentrate here. These guys are M16s too, so if they get out and they shoot you, it's over.
I was about to ask, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this one's coming towards me now. No, they seem quite far away. We don't have a map, so all I can really do is just sort of bounce around and hope they come near me. So yeah, while we're waiting for these guys to come to their deaths, Robo, you are welcome to read.
Absolutely. Nev Flynn, thank you very much for the $5. The comment reads, "Tanks for the run."
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cutie Baby has donated $5 with a comment. Hey guys, I've heard a rumor E-Ben does a really good SpongeBob laugh. Can you find out if this is true, please?
Oh no.
And I think follow-up question, is it worth more than $5?
Okay, so let me just deal with this really quick. Whoa!
Whoa, вот это было очень близко.
X Games.
Yeah, that is X Games. Okay, we're in there. Okay.
Well done.
Это был интересный слайд.
Dodo's not there, but that's okay, because we can just get another one from the airport. That's not a huge deal.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, so that person who donated is one of my closest friends back home, and they know about the SpongeBob laugh. It's something I used to do as like a sort of a silly, party trick or whatever you'd call it, like a little silly accent when I was a teenager. And then he will
Насколько я понял, наш Додо не выжил, поэтому мы поедем в аэропорт, возьмем еще один.
Do the SpongeBob laugh, Ben. It's like, it's such a silly thing that I did like 15 years ago. But I will say, are we close to any sort of goals nearby? Like, are we sort of like a 1,000 milestone?
I mean, we're $350 away from 43k.
Okay, if we hit 43k by the end of the run and the end of the credits and everything, I'll give you a SpongeBob laugh. That sound good?
I think that's pretty reasonable. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
You guys are going to be so disappointed, let me tell you. Oh boy.
Yeah, but our Cyberpunk
I do
will
wonder
really
if it's
love the
worth
extra money.
$350.
Exactly. It's absolutely not, but what is worth $350 is Alzheimer's research, am I right?
And you getting embarrassed.
And me getting embarrassed. Yeah, publicly embarrassing myself in front of thousands, that's worth $350.
This guy, professional over here.
Exactly. So, we're done with bait. That was one of the hardest missions coming up. Next is also one of the hardest missions, but for completely different reasons. So, in this, usually there are, I believe, 9. I want to say 9? 9 stalls that you have to destroy. And this mission is very notorious for casual players because there's no map aside from like the physical one that you would get on the PS2 original release, which obviously doesn't exist if you buy it nowadays. And there are no map markers on the stalls that you have to destroy until you get right next to them. In Toughened, there are a total of 15 stalls,
Easy to go.
12 that you have to
Нам нужно
destroy
летать
right away,
по островам и искать спрятанные
that
стенды
you
с
don't get
кофе,
any sort of idea
которые
where
на
they
самом деле
are
продают.
at all.
Не кофе.
It tells you for the final 3 stalls, oh, come back to the construction site to get a map and we'll tell you where they are. You go all the way to the construction site to get the map, and it goes, sorry, my dog
заговорка
ate
этой
the
миссии
map.
в том, что
God
на
luck.
каждом острове есть одна скрытая
But to be fair, we give the player extra time for picking up the
скрытая
That is very
точка
true.
на каждом
You do get a
острове.
bit of bonus time.
И они спавнятся только после того, как вы уничтожите все основные стойки.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. We'll double back. So as KZ3 was saying before about like, oh, I don't know what you're gonna do about dodo takeoffs and stuff. This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We can push it. Yeah. Yeah. So as you can see, the dodo is very bouncy and it's very easy to get it stuck on things.
К сожалению, наша Додо немножко застряла.
seems very lost.
The light post is literally inside of the wing.
Yeah.
Maybe use a car to crash into it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Понятно.
As you can see, there are many things in the
Ладно,
Toughened mod,
попробуем сбить
but
столб.
this is not something that is a problem.
This is just a thing. Yeah, nice.
This is just a thing in
Okay.
the game.
Yeah.
All right, go away. That is, oh my god, a grenade! What? Oh, okay.
Wow,
okay.
you got so
Интересная
I
граната.
got so, oh my god. This is going incredibly. So I thought I had an SMG equipped
Okay.
to shoot to sort of scare them away. I threw a grenade, but then luckily there is a bug in this game where your grenades can fall through the ground, and it fell through the ground and saved my life.
Yeah.
Goodness me, okay. This thing is completely stuck.
It's hard stuck, man. Oh wait,
it's
maybe
hard
that's
stuck,
not.
yeah.
Maybe it's not.
Окей,
now
столб
the-
сломался.
Oh,
Повезло.
so maybe
Okay,
it's fine.
let me see. Oh, it's gone, okay.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, can we, Operation Recover Dodo. Let's go!
Nice,
Let's
nice.
go!
Страшно,
I only
конечно,
wasted
было.
2 minutes.
Didn't you see your life flash before your eyes? Dropped the grenade.
2 минуты потерялись просто ни на чем.
I did that in the opener. I dropped a grenade and
Yeah.
it fell through the floor, and thank God. Oh man.
All of the noises that I made right there.
На самом деле в этой игре есть баг, который очень противный, но в данной ситуации он был очень полезен. Иногда у гранат бывает очень странная коллизия, из-за чего они могут просто провалиться сквозь пол. И здесь она как раз таки провалилась сквозь пол, что не позволило гранате взорвать Дода и машину, которую хотел взять раннер.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly up to where Kathleen is
Поэтому
hiding, which is
повезло.
up here. And as you can see, there's one of the bonus stalls here. Idgod might be able to correct me on this, but I know 3 of the stalls, I forget exactly which ones, but 3 of them are actually, in the original game, they're just code commented out. So they're sort of like, they're programmed in, but then they're just like removed at the last second, like we don't want to use these. And Toughened just sort of re-implemented them. I don't know if you know which ones exactly that are
is
re-implemented.
Correct. I think the ones before the dogs are the ones that we coded back in.
Yeah.
We also did this on the other
Секретная
missions, by the
стойка.
way, like on 3 vans, what it's usually called. There's also 1 extra van in the code that we just added back in, and for bait,
Oh, I
same
didn't know
thing.
that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Oh wow. All right.
So they had 4 everything to start off with, but then changed
Yeah.
it to 3. Yeah.
And then they stuck to the number 3 for all the other games afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So again, Toughened, you know, taking part in trend setting, even if it wasn't intentional, you know, moving everything to 3 and then. Oh, I guess actually Toughened broke the trend.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
if
Oh, we
anything.
broke it, yes.
Yeah. So trend setters and trend breakers as well. So as I said, so usually there's 9. This time there's 12 and then a bonus 3. The bonus 3 don't spawn until you've already destroyed the previous 12. So this time, instead of it being 2 stalls in Shoreside, which is where we are now, 5 in Staunton and then 2 in Portland, it's 3, 6, 3. So there's 3 in Shoreside that we need to do. Also, if you're wondering why I'm taking this route, the simple reason is that there is also a cartel cruiser that's coming after you during this mission that's on Shoreside.
Good.
And if I were to drive on the road where I was just about to go, they would hit me on the corner and just ruin me. So it's much safer to just take this route and avoid them. They're up there somewhere. We don't have
Здесь
to worry
есть
about them.
секретный
So that is again
спавн
in the original game. That is
крузера
not a thing that
картеля,
Toughened-
который вас просто
Wait,
может
that
сбить
is
с
the
дороги.
original game?
Yeah, it is.
Поэтому
If
здесь мы
you
берем
take
безопасный
the sort
путь
of
через
optimal driving route,
аэропорт.
they'll always hit you in the tunnels here. As you go in, as you come
Just
out
in
of
that corner.
Shoreside, they'll hit you. Yeah, they just ram into you. It's just inconvenient, which is very strange. Yeah.
Здесь у нас
like,
есть еще одна
because of
стойка.
the Dodo usage
Yeah.
these days, you don't do that anymore. But before you use the Dodo on this mission, you always ran into them.
Yeah, you would drive through the tunnels to sort of be safe.
Yeah, I had
And,
no clue. You
I got
could have
this
fooled
one,
me.
that's all I'm winning. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we've done all the 3 stalls in Shoreside. Now we're gonna do the 6 in Staunton. The bonus one in Staunton currently is it is where McCaffrey, I believe it's McCaffrey, gives you missions in LCS. So it's like sort of northwest. It's very far out of the way.
Yeah.
So we get that one first, and then we'll do the rest of the Staunton ones. But the reason why, like this mission might seem particularly sort of chill at this point. It is not
Можно
chill,
подумать,
let me
что
tell
эта
you.
миссия сложная
In
в этом
Portland,
моде. Но на самом деле эта
because of the
миссия
fact
сложная в
that
оригинале,
we are
если
no
вы
longer
играете
working for
первый
the
раз.
Mafia, the Mafia guys and the Triads are aggressive to us. They don't like us, right? Which is, it makes sense, because obviously, like, for lore reasons, it's all good. And I forget exactly how the story goes, but what I know is that originally, I'm pretty sure originally, in the original game, the sort of Mafia guys who would shoot you in Portland would have shotguns. But that is way too broken and awful.
Yeah.
So in the original game, they changed it so they just have pistols now. So they shoot you, it's not really consequential at all. Yeah. In Toughened, they all have shotguns again.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Usually in Portland, it wouldn't matter because you don't have to go near St. Mark's or Chinatown, which is where the Mafia dudes sort of spawn. That's like their turf. But IDGOD decided to be very mean and place an extra stall, which is in Portland, and it is right at the subway entrance, which basically means you have to go through the Mafia turf, where all the guys have very overpowered shotguns. So with this particular car, if I get hit twice, I'm dead.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it happens. It's the second blast is an immediate explosion. No
exactly.
Warning, nothing.
Yeah.
Just boom.
So as we talked about all the way at the start of the run, if you guys remember, if you're inside of a vehicle and it explodes, you are killed no matter what health you have.
Charred meat.
Exactly.
It's over.
So they hit you with 2 shotgun blasts, and you don't even get like a second to get out of the car when it's on fire. You are just done. It's an insta-kill.
You're a real victim to service.
Здесь тренер объясняет, что на первом острове есть секретная стойка, которая находится в районе мафии. Все члены мафии в этом моде носят с собой очень overpowered шотганы. В этой машине 2 выстрелов из дробовика достаточно для того, чтобы ее взорвать, поэтому 2 выстрела и раннер бёрд.
That are 100% accurate that are waiting for you at each of the stalls. How nice.
They hit a nearby.
Ну и, как уже классика этого мода, у каждой стойки есть секретный член картеля, который ждет вас с М16 и 100% точностью.
Essentially. I know where they are, thankfully, so I should be good. But again, it's one mistake, done. Like, we lose 10 minutes, just like that. So yeah.
It's no more child's play here.
No more child's play, yeah. So as I say, this is like the third to last mission in the run.
Правильно, Inflame, но в оригинальном Any% рауте оригинальной игры 16-17 года эта миссия не проходится, и поэтому этой миссии нету в этом моде. Поэтому сейчас у нас нет никаких бронированных машин. Поэтому не проканает.
The problem is that pedestrians can spawn near you, and they can be mafia guys. So if you sort of flick the camera the wrong way or sort of look at the wrong dude, they can just spawn behind you and you're dead no matter what. So it is very difficult, and you do need quite a bit of luck as well. So let's hope this goes well. So this is the first one near Joey's place. This is, there's no mafia dudes around here, don't need to worry. But this next one is where it gets problematic. So
осталось всего 2.
I'm going to be sort of, concentrating, so I'm not going to be talking too much. So in the meantime, you're welcome to read donations. Just make sure to, keep an eye out for any mafia dudes.
All right, will do. We have an anonymous $20 donation. That's not gone to any incentive, but there are quite a few options available.
Вот это очень опасная стойка.
Add different game modes, such as heroic mode for
И следующая стойка еще более опасная.
Feeding gas mode, the Wonderdog in Discworld, etc. We have a $40 donation from Helco, which just says, nice.
Nice.
And that brings our total to $42,690 towards outside of London. Thank you all so much for your donations.
Yeah, thank you very much. So that's the stall done. Again, I'm making very
И теперь нам нужно найти еще 3 стойки.
Sort of minimize the chances. And also, of course, spending as little time there as possible, getting the hell out. Just to make sure that my chances of survival are as high as they possibly can be. So, now I've destroyed all of them. As I said, there's 3 more that we've got to deal with. And these are the ones with the traps. So, and as you can see, I have no reference on where to go on the map. So the first one is just to the south here, just on the other side of this wall. So what I can do is, and also just on the other side of this wall, just around this corner, is where the guy is with the M16. So I'm going to make it very deliberate to shoot this stall and immediately run. The reason why I'm being so quick to run away is because there is a check in the code that once the stall is destroyed, those guys with the M16s are set to hunt you down.
Yeah.
So if you don't get out there quick, he'll just turn the corner and insta-kill you anyway. So, yeah, it's very important that you just get the hell out of there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense logically. It's just very, very unfair. So the one at Staunton is right next to the stadium, so all the way north. And I'd God you might not remember, of course, this is quite a niche thing. But as
Потому что Каруда эти стойки продают не совсем кофе.
I always do it the same way, and I've never had anyone kill me. So maybe I just stand in the right place by just picking the right spot. But I don't think there's any guys here. I may be mistaken.
Ну и к тому же, да, он продажный ЦРУшник.
There's not a guy, but I honestly don't remember every individual stall anymore.
Yeah, of course, as we mentioned before, this mod is, it's very old. It's almost a decade old.
Yeah, it's like 8 years old this year.
Yeah. So I deliberately sort of stand here and I just shoot it from here and then drive past it, and I've never been killed.
Would be very funny if that happened.
I don't know. I was holding my breath.
Yeah, I was also holding my breath because you never know.
You just invoked it, yeah.
Yeah, I seem to be okay. So,
И последняя стойка осталась в шахсайде.
It's actually where we were supposed to
У нас
go
еще
during
есть 5
bait,
минут в запасе.
the intended place where the Yakuza death trap is. And very fittingly, there is now a Mafia death trap there. Because there's a bunch of shipping containers, and if you go around them, there's just dudes waiting for
К
you.
сожалению, мы немножко не попали в цикл моста, поэтому нам придется подождать.
Come on.
Also, yeah, if you sort of panic any pedestrians here, they'll just drive off the bridge for some odd reason. I don't know exactly why.
Fun thing to do in runs.
This game is very silly.
Yeah, I know. I always like to try and get crushed by the bridge as it's coming down, but my timing is not super extraordinary.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. I say relying on AI is never particularly easy. So we're just heading all the way to the northwest here, and I suppose in the meantime we can sort of talk about the upcoming missions after this. So there is a very epic insta-kill death trap at the end of the next mission, and there's a number of things to discuss for the next mission. So what you're supposed to do is there's a dodo that comes sort of like over the map, and then it lands at the airport, and you're supposed to destroy it, grab all the packages there, and then take them back to the construction site in Staunton, right? Seems easy enough. Also, here's the stall. So again, on my right, all of those shipping containers have guys behind them. So I'm going to make sure just to chill here, shoot the rocket, mission passed. Very nice.
Dude.
Thank you.
Осталось всего 2 миссии.
Bank heist.
Honestly, yeah.
mission.
Yeah, even doing it as quickly as we know how, I think that mission's like 7 minutes or something ridiculous. So a death there would have been pretty nasty. So yeah, the next mission is SAM, as I was saying. You sort of act as a SAM turret because you're shooting down a plane. In vanilla GTA 3, you would go to the dam and shoot it down there. But what they did quite sneakily, which is quite a good change, is they changed the flight path of the dodo, so it's not possible to be shot down there. So what I do instead is I just go to the airport. Again, it's what we call an auto-scroller, so we wait at the airport and nothing we sort of do matters, as long as we're in time to shoot the dodo. The problem is that as soon as you shoot the dodo, you get 6 stars. So that means that the army is coming after you. So tanks, sort of army soldiers with M16s, it's real bad. So what we can do, we have a number of options, is that we can fly back with the dodo, and then we can try and like land in the pay and spray and get rid of the 6 stars. But the second problem is that at the construction site, there are 2 pesky individuals. One of them is way high up in a shipping container, and the other one is where that death trap was. Remember when we were talking about the cartel cruiser, the sort of vehicle outside of the construction site? He's where that is. And they both have M16s, and you'll never guess what their accuracy is, KZ Fru.
9,000.
It is 9,000. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of them is going to be up here in this shipping container, and one of them is going to be right here. And if you try and walk within a mile of this place, they will kill you instantly.
Nice.
So
I love lasers.
It is tragic.
Yeah.
So
Здесь ранее рассказывали, что под конец этой миссии здесь спавнится ловушка с 2 картелевцами.
Far away enough that you don't get insta-killed, but close enough that you're in the construction site and not on the road outside, because of the fact that, otherwise I don't
Один
want to deal
спавнится
with the tanks.
в контейнере наверху, а второй спавнится за зданием слева.
Difficult, as you can imagine. There is only a very specific part of the
под конец
construction
миссии
site
здесь
that you
нужно
can
быть
do
очень
that.
аккуратным.
So hopefully all goes well. Again, I clipped the lamppost again. This takeoff, yeah, is really hard.
И третий раз уже фейлится подъем с Додо на этой дороге. Не повезло, не повезло.
Because that is bad. I would have committed. I mean, I don't know if that's wise. I just was like,
I would much rather just be safe.
No, of course.
So we'll do the take.
So,
go ahead.
I would like to use this opportunity to defend myself against your comment from earlier saying that we got a little lazy.
Yeah.
We were a team of 2, but we didn't only change the missions and everything. I was also responsible for making a whole new radio channel.
Oh yes, yeah.
We scripted phone calls, we recorded songs and everything, and advertisements.
Нет, Тони. Как
So,
оказалось,
there is more content to this, we just
это
don't
не
hear
имеет
it.
никакого значения к тому, почему самолет был порезан. Оказывается, что это с этим не связано. Это официально подтвердили Rockstar.
Or listen to it on, I think it's on YouTube, on GitHub as well. Unfortunately, of course, because of the fact that they use like the original stem tracks or whatever they're called with like the
В нынешнем рауте Эниферсон в оригинальной игре вы должны ехать на дамбу и сбить самолет намного ранее, чем истечет таймер.
And I owe it all to you, you know that song?
Здесь же такой трюк не проканает, поэтому придется лететь в аэропорт.
So we do want people to watch it on YouTube and whatnot.
We thought it's like a good reward after playing this hard mod and beating it.
Oh yeah, I definitely think it's a great reward, yeah. And that is also why the credits are actually part of the run, whereas they usually wouldn't be. So you can listen to the song every time and have a grand old time. Yeah. So we're just killing these guys from far away because again, they have M16s. They are very deadly. I would not like to deal with them.
Нет, Тони, это спекуляция.
I'm just gonna kill them, and then there's a couple more guys I'm gonna kill for safety. And one of them is... There's 3 guys there on the right-hand side. I don't think they shoot me, but I always kill them just to be safe. And then there is one dude just on the lower jetty who's sort of like... If you were to do intentional strats, which is to go on the bottom side and take a boat here, he's just set there to insta-kill you. So, yep, classic. So I need to make sure I save some sniper rifle ammo, because as I mentioned before, I need some sniper in order to actually... to kill those last guys at the construction site. But there he is. I'm just going to do 2 shots. Oh, I crit him in the leg. Perfect. Easy. Even better. And then we're just on time for the plane. There we go.
Nice.
Boom.
And as you can see, instantly 6 stars.
It's the 6 stars.
So it's not too bad, because in the airport, obviously there's no paths for them to spawn on.
В оригинале дают
so we're safe here for now,
5,
aside from the police helicopter, which will shoot us a little bit. But not a huge deal. This is where it gets difficult. So I'm going to go for the most risky strategy, because why wouldn't I? It's a marathon. How bad could it possibly go?
There you go.
So my plan is to crash land in a certain part of the construction site and not get insta-killed. That's the plan. So you'll know if I succeeded if I'm alive. So I'm going to do my best. I am again
Сейчас
going
будет
to
очень рискованная страта.
even though that hasn't really worked for me this far.
No, I mean, look, you were a victim of circumstance during Adito, where you just flipped.
Exactly, yeah. Some of it was quite unfortunate, some of it was my fault, so we can't blame the game entirely. So yeah, as you can see, there's army people ramping off bridges and everything. They're just going mental.
The game doesn't like organically give you 6 stars. This is also a mod thing where you get a lot of 1 to level for this.
So even if I lose the dodo, I don't really mind. Like this. Okay. Let's go.
О, нет. Додо сначала спаслось, а потом не спаслось.
The most important part is just do not get insta-killed, so we don't have to worry about the police too much. All I've got to do...
Главное сейчас завалить 2 чувачков, которые смогут инста-киллнуть. Первый готов.
And then here we are going to go, and actually I'm going to grab the arm. Hello. You guys are better flyers than I, because I could not get through that without flipping. I'm going to play safe. I'm going to grab some armor here.
Берем здесь броню, которую здесь installили разработчики.
The next mission, the final mission in the game, is going to place us in the middle of a load of guys that have M16s,
of course,
but they're 40% accurate at time. But they still do a lot of damage. I usually take about 110 damage or so. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. That's fine. But the other guy is just on the other side of this container, so I'm just going to throw some grenades.
Кидаем здесь парочку гранат.
And there we go.
Товарищ 716 погиб геройской смертью.
There we go. Right. That's the second to last mission done.
И время для последней миссии.
We take those. All right, we take those.
The Exchange.
So the absolute like optimal way to do that is to keep the dodo, because then you would be able to fly to the final mission. It's really not a big deal to have to drive. It's really doesn't matter at all.
I mean, it's a grand scheme of things.
How are we doing on time? 1:55. I've got some time. Okay, good. So
You're gonna be good, Dave.
yeah, exactly. So we can drive.
Why did I say Dave? I don't know.
You're gonna be good, Dave. English Dave. Dave is a very British name, too. Alright, I'm Dave. Dave Johnson. Like, most boring name ever. John Jones. Wait, isn't he like a UFC fighter or something? Am I gonna get beaten up for dissing John Jones? But yeah, so we're on our way to Catalina's place, and the finale is very epic in Toughened, let me tell you. And by epic, I mean not very epic. So, there are, you spawn in, and there's a bunch of guys with M16s that are 40% accurate. And then you have to fight your way through around 20 or 30 dudes, and they are all 100% accurate M16s. So, as we saw before, dealing with 2 of them is very difficult.
Yeah.
Dealing with 30 of them is borderline impossible without abusing some kind of mechanic. So, what you can do is you can abuse one mechanic, which is first
Настало время последней миссии за Exchange. Как всегда, все имеют М16 со 100% точностью. Спасибо на том, что не в первой части миссии, потому что здесь у нас отбирают все оружие. Мы, по сути, с голой пятой точкой должны выбраться отсюда, поехать на дамбу, и уже на дамбе все будут иметь М16 с 100% точностью. Окей, оказывается, и тут есть 100% точность М16. Нас убили в секунду.
So that's all right. We can try it again.
You get stripped of all your weapons anyway.
Yeah,
right?
you get stripped
so,
of all your weapons anyway, and you only have to pay the ransom for $500,000 once.
Yeah.
So we can give this a few tries. If I keep getting insta-kills to the point where it's obviously not fun anymore, because I only have 100 health, I have a save with armor so I can get through it, and I can sort of showcase the mission. So we'll try it like 2 more times, and then if not, then we'll.
Если у нас сейчас не получится еще 2 раза,
there might be somewhere. I did look into
то
the
у
code,
раннера
and the
есть
only one that I remember
запасной сейф, где у него есть броня,
чтобы
помочь ему пробраться сквозь
there might be
миссию.
one here somewhere. I know there is inside the mission, like the compound, but you can't really get to it because you'll die too fast anyway. So we'll try this one more. We'll do it 2 more times. So immediately run. I stumble. Okay, we're good.
Неплохо.
Nice. Awesome.
This car is very special.
Этот картель-крузер имеет пуленепробиваемость.
So, a nice handy-dandy secret is the bulletproof sort of cruiser here. I'm going to quickly get out, immediately get in again.
Yeah, just trying to grab that weapon.
Just trying to grab that weapon.
Выбираем
exactly.
немножко М16.
This bulletproof, you might think it makes it trivial. It does not make it trivial, let me tell you, because this mission is quite complicated in terms of what you need to do. And you need to get out of the vehicle for quite a few things. Fortunately, we only have 30 health. It doesn't matter. If you have 200 health at this point, or 1, you will still die in the same amount of time. Because it's either
Здесь сейчас не важно, есть ли у вас 200 хп или 30 хп, вы все равно умрете в секунду.
What I'm going to do is
А вот вы, Лишенко, почему не комментили, я вам потом вопрос задам. Поэтому вы комментатор так себе. Ну да ладно. Здесь есть спаун снайперки, которые еще есть в оригинальной игре. Заснайпим чувака на вышке. На остальных нам не так интересно на них заострять внимание. Переедем тех, кто стоят
The
на
priority
земле.
are the flamethrower dudes, because they can obviously set my car on fire, which is very bad. I don't know if it's flameproof, I think it's just bulletproof. So there's one guy here who runs towards you who has a flamethrower. There he is, gonna make sure to hit him. I don't think I killed him, I think I just knocked him over.
Yeah.
It's fine, we can go back.
И главное быть осторожным с мужичком, у которого есть огнемет, потому что машина пуленепробиваема, но неуязвима от огня.
So I believe everyone's dead here. Now I have 4 sniper bullets left, and there are 4 more people who I need to worry about. So, the hardest part of this is getting out of here without because you get out and you can sort of see it's like very tricky to get out. Ooh, and if you step even slightly out of line, you get insta-killed. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna shimmy my way and just
очень аккуратно сквозь лестницу убить этого картельца. На машину нам... Нет, сделал. Очень аккуратно идем на уровень наших глаз, для того, чтобы сделать пару хедшотов. Первый, второй и третий где-то слева. Получаю в руку. Отлично. У нас есть только одна ракета, чтобы попасть по вертолету. И у нас есть еще один парень, которого непонятно как убить. Мы просто отойдем назад, подальше.
Tech, they already know, but you're gonna have to mute as soon as the cutscene starts, so I'll let you know what it is. So, we destroy the helicopter. That is the end of the gameplay segment.
Nice.
And here are the
И игра пройдена.
I can clap now, right? That's
yeah, you can clap. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, perfect.
Unbelievable, dude. Ugh.
So, as I mentioned before, the reason this has to be muted is because there is I'dgod and Lineator singing Time of My Life, but obviously it's copyrighted, so unfortunately we can't listen to that. But we can sort of talk about, shout-outs, etc., and we can go through that.
Sure.
And also, there are a couple of donations. So, Robo?
Таймер идет, потому что нельзя скипать титры или что-то такое, не помню. В общем, не обращайте внимания, раунд пройден, а таймер пока что пойдет еще.
Thank you.
That's a $20 donation. Thank you very much. We're still $275 away. So get those in there.
You know what, Robo? You know what?
Yeah.
Ah! There you go. There's your SpongeBob laugh.
I've heard him do that before, but I've never seen you do it. I didn't know you grabbed it.
You grabbed the throat.
Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
All right.
Jesus.
All right,
Ужас.
a deal's a deal.
Смех Спанч Боба.
We've got the laughs, and now you've got to get us to 43k.
Yep.
That was the deal.
Exactly.
Yeah. Stark Halls donates $10, saying helping people to embarrass themselves and funding research at the same time sounds like a good deal to me. And Ananachi donates $5 and says, you know what? Let's see Josh, quote, have fun too. And that's going to the GTA San Andreas definitive upgrade.
Perfect. So, as we see, we've got the credits here. This is a custom credits. So, of course, we've got to give shout-outs to Lineator for obviously creating this mod and coding it and everything. It can't be easy. We've got to give shout-outs to Ide for, of course, helping commentate and also doing a lot of work. And also everyone else who worked on the mod. So you can see the names there. Some people you haven't heard, such as Nord. He's the radio announcer on Bang Radio. We haven't been able to listen to him, obviously, because of the copyright restrictions. And as you can see there, it says, thanks for playing. Stay tuned for our next project, Toughened Mod 100% Edition.
This is super ambitious. Harder content, more voiceovers, more secrets.
Yep, exactly.
More Misty and spit. Wow, dude, is that a meme? Like an ancient
probably.
meme? Yeah.
I'dgod, do you want to tell us
You
about
for real?
Yeah, I'm for real. I don't know, dude.
I'dgod doesn't know. He disconnected.
Oh, yeah,
he disconnected. That's fair enough. And this is the final one.
Не согласен, Лишенко. Второго комментатора мы забудем.
Thank you,
Ben.
Thank
Congratulations.
So,
big shout outs to everyone who played this. It was very enjoyable to watch over the years, and thanks for showcasing this, Ben.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, the timer starts when the credits finishes. They sort of give the final credits for obviously the original game as well. So we can use that time to sort of go through shoutouts myself. I would of course like to thank already mentioned I'dgod, KZ Fru for your fabulous play-by-play commentary. Thank you, KZ Fru.
Thank you. Oh, man, gosh.
And of course, to everyone, my wonderful audience for joining me on this trip. Thank you. You can all give yourselves a round of applause. To Mr. Robo Sparkle for being our fabulous host and donation reader. Thank you, sir. And of course, to the fabulous people behind the scenes who make this event happen at the tech side. They don't get nearly enough credit, so give them a round of applause too.
I have a request for you, Ben.
Yeah, what's up?
Make sure to take my picture with you for the picture.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Link Boss has taken some photos. You want to pose? Pose with our god?
God, dude, stupid face.
No, I mean for the GTA Marathon picture, of course, as well.
Oh,
That
yes,
too.
of
That too.
course.
I mean, this is just bonus. We can do
bonus.
We can do it all. Yeah.
So, of course, we'll continue on for a little bit. Thank you to everyone who donated towards the cause so far, and is planning to do any sort of support for the event. It goes a really long way, and let's get as close to 100K as we can.
I agree.
Absolutely. So, thank you to the donators. Incredible stuff. Let's go.
Come on, come on.
Come on.
Hey.
And in terms of if you want to get into running Toughened, you masochists, I respect you out there. You are welcome to go to speedrun.com/GTA, and there is all the resources that you need. We have a community Discord where you can talk about anything GTA related or non-GTA related if you want to. You can get help with running, getting meeting people that you also have the same hobbies with, which is fantastic. And we're a nice bunch, I would say, in my personal opinion, as someone who is part of that nice bunch. We're a nice bunch.
As the owner of the Discord server.
Yeah. We are great, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Yeah. So we can skip the credits now, and there's one final epic finale for the Toughened mod. The way this mod finishes is you get stuck in an infinite fade loop.
Oh, nice.
So that's it.
Is that time?
That's time.
There you go. GG.
Thank you.
GG.
Thank you very much.
Unbelievable.
Под конец мода есть небольшой ключ, где вы застреваете в бесконечных фейдах, поэтому таймер становится именно здесь.
One last question before we leave you. What's the deal with this ending? What's going on here?
I don't know. I never playtested this part.
Oh, okay.
И даже сам разработчик мода не знает, почему эти фейды случаются.
Just exit the game at this point. So we will leave you, pass you over to Robo Sparkle. Thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you all. And yeah, see you soon.
Фух, какой же все-таки мощный ран для комментариев.
Yeah, thanks to iGod and KZ Fruit for the commentary as well. This is also where I sign off. I will be leaving you in the extremely capable hands of Zonaris to carry on the reading. And coming up next, we have an amazing run by the one and only Mitako, who will be running Final Fantasy VI.
Следующий ран у нас будет Final Fantasy 6.
So far. Please do keep them coming in. You're supporting a
Ой, что-то спать захотелось даже как-то.
We will see you after intermission.
Вот это да, конечно.